All right. Oh, let's look. Alpha 2. Everybody's super pumped for Ashes of Creation. So, in 4 minutes, they're going to be having their monthly development update about the Bard Archetype and the Alpha 2 release and most likely price, which will be huge. Oh, that's nice. Real nice. All right. I should be able to see any comments that pop up. Hey, everybody on YouTube. So, for those that are unsure what Ashes of Creation actually is, it's an upcoming MMORPG that is supposed to be a little redefining in how it works. They're going to have more systems in this MMO than pretty much any other game that's currently out there. Systems like you can be mayor, you can own a castle, you can start your own bar if you wanted to. An MMO is a massive multiplayer online game. I don't know why they don't call it an MMOG. Yet they say RPG, a role playing game. I don't know. It's an interesting thought there. But that's what we're currently waiting for, looking forward to. I'm seeing if I can. I wonder if they're playing music. Oh, they're playing Ashes of Creation music. Oh, that was interesting. It looks like they're playing things from their Twitter. Do you have anything? I'm just looking at some of their comments that they got on the stream. So there's a lot of people guessing that the game will officially, for Alpha 2, is going to come out in September, because they said this year, 2024, Q3, we're getting that Alpha out. Twitch. I know, I'm streaming on YouTube for Twitch. Whatever. Isn't that a little inception? See, everybody's like, September's most likely. Took off the day to watch this stream. Me too. Me too, buddy. Me too. Awesome. But no, this is. Ooh, it's gonna be good. Making sure we got everything going. You know, just in case they have an Alpha 2 drop, Alpha 2 key drop. Because I'm not gonna lie, this is probably going to be a $100 thing to just get limited access to. So that's gonna be awesome. But basically, an MMO is everybody's online playing at the same time. And some people can be a mayor. Some people can transport their goods. Some people can go questing. Oh yeah. No, the game is really yeah, Ashes of Creation. We can find some stuff. They got 20 seconds actually. This is exciting. Just want to make sure that it's not louder than I am. So I'm just gonna increase my volume a little bit. They have 3,800 people watching. So it's a very small game because it hasn't come out yet. So since you're watching, you're one of the small amount of people that know about it. I'm actually going to I'm gonna log in to my Ashes of Creation account on their website, and I'll just keep refreshing their store page just in case they drop it right after the stream. All right, there's nothing in the store yet. So you look right here. Let me. This is their store. A shop. Nothing available. There, believe it or not, they won't have drugs in the game. Oh. What's happening? Alright. Oh, 4,400. I know, right? Channel plug.
Hello everyone! Welcome to our glorious Ashes of Creaiton July development update. We hope that you've all been having a wonderful month and everyone has been keeping well and safe. We know it's been crazy for me. It's like when it rains, it pours. I don't know why. Work stuff is great. Just everything else is falling apart. My house is leaking. My cat is in the bed.
Oh no.
Cat's also leaking.
I know people have been asking about the baby. The baby's not born yet. It's still.
House is at the vet. The cat's leaking.
Ready for
Oh,
some Bard
Lord.
gameplay.
The bar, yeah. The
Good for her.
ready for some music. That's true.
She said baby. I'm like, oh, she has it already.
We're only 9 weeks away. Well, you know,
that's cool.
Come whenever they want, but that's where we're at.
It's coming out 2020.
So
like, yeah.
I can't believe it.
I know.
Yeah, so the Alpha 2, I'll be playing that.
That it's happening yet, or
and you'll be able to
oh, believe me, I know it's
play the game early, essentially. You won't be able to keep your progress or anything, but you'll be able to actually try it before 2 years.
I've been planning this for like 4 years, but then it's like, it's gonna happen. We're gonna be in charge of a human.
I know.
No, they're talking about babies right now.
The planning around
not the actual
baby
reminder. She's pregnant. Congratulations.
Perfectly timed for the Alpha 2 launch as well.
Look,
so
we
good.
we did
they're
not
pulling it
know
back.
that we were gonna get pregnant like our first try. So it was like we were thinking, oh, we'll
So
try,
I'm noticing they don't have the Alpha 2
right at that. So
under a specific category.
You know.
They just have reminders,
timing,
archetype
we'll
preview, studio
I
update,
like
art update, and then questions and answers.
Remaining, and then people are like, 9 weeks confirmed, Alpha 2 date.
Yeah. Oh
That's
my
funny.
gosh. Let's try not to have Alpha 2 at the same time as my baby
literal
being
time.
born. Yeah.
We should turn the servers on as the baby is born.
That'll be like your gift.
She's the director of communications.
Right.
She would
you're gonna have as much of
be.
a charge as
She would not have fun.
But anyways, we'll talk about what's happening today. Obviously, you can see the itinerary down below.
Itinerary.
If you're new here, we always keep that up to date for you guys. So we're gonna do some reminders and a little bit of announcement stuff. And then we will have.
Nah, they're just talking about
preview, which is long.
when it shows up.
It's 2 hours long, just that.
Yeah.
Segment.
So just to be clear though, let me just say that like we listen to feedback, and the core audience.
Another
here,
reason.
Look, everybody's saying yes. 2 hours.
Why they love these people.
Smokes, you know, oh my goodness. Like you guys in chat, the faithful followers and viewers that come to Twitch to watch this show. You have said to us that you enjoy the longer shows. The majority of you have said that.
Who like
and that's
watching Twitch streams, I think,
absolutely.
Like
Absolutely.
Well, there's a chance we might not cover the entire one. We're going to cover all the way until they mention the alpha.
That's why we have social media.
It's probably going to wait until the end.
Creators, they get to take and distill
you didn't know live streams had ads?
Actionable,
yeah, they do.
Highlights that they want to
take. Yeah, it depends. Twitch has them. YouTube has them. Everybody has them.
Enjoy the long stream. So, you know what we did yesterday? Or was it yesterday or day before yesterday? Day before yesterday. God, I can't even remember what time.
This is pretty neat.
Day before yesterday when we were playing, we just decided to play. just to play the game.
You can tell that they're just playing. At one point, Steven's getting chased down by a poor goblin.
Oh, no.
He was coming for you, man.
I know, they were all...
What's their chat looking like?
Poor Brian died. We lost the tank in one of the encounters.
You collapse that.
Steven was saying tanks are expendable, so...
They are.
All the tanks out there.
What do they got?
Rest in pieces.
I just want to know when I can get an Alpha 2 key. Me too, guy.
We enjoyed it.
Also,
give me that 2-hour buffet, 2 hours of glory. A2 in 2 hours.
Like,
Twitch has the 10 ads? That's insane.
Let me tell you though, the eye adaptation makes it difficult to see in the interior of buildings from the outside.
Now you're making excuses?
Yeah, no, it's intended. That's game design.
Okay,
right? Like if it's during the
see,
day,
2 hours before Alpha 2.
Door, like,
that's why we're here.
Hard to see inside
for that Alpha 2. Oh, look, we're up to 5,000 people. That's pretty great.
It's true. It's true.
You know, I should follow them.
Run away, but maybe.
Wonder how many followers they have.
Of course, after
96,000,
which will be long. So buckle in, grab your snacks. We will have a little bit of a studio update, a tiny
Grab your
update, and
snacks.
then we'll do our Q&A for our forums. We will also
Show
be
me the
pulling
merch.
some live questions from right after the Bard Archetype preview as well. So
Let me know if
do
there's any
partake while
issues
you're
with the
watching
stream, by
that.
the way. It's been a while.
Feel free to paste them in the chat, or if you're watching.
And I noticed that we're
over
actually
on
recording.
Discord. I know we have a Discord party, and I always watch the chat over there too.
If you look at my...
Our team is watching in all the places. Our, Peter, Vacnar, and
Hopefully I don't use all
keeping
300
all
gigs
the
of
time.
space on my C drive.
We're live streaming to ensure that
for
you
the
guys
stream
are being
today.
engaged and
But we will if we
there's
have to.
anything that we need to be aware of to answer and address. But let's get this show on the road. First
Will
off,
Ashes do a
we have
collab with
our,
Club Penguin? Trey, was that you?
YouTube Spotlight. So for those of you who don't know, if you come check out our full development update and leave a comment on it, so like this video will be up next week. As long as you are a subscriber and you have it as public, you can be spotlighted. So your comment may be selected. This person is Silifris. I don't know if I'm saying your name right, so I'm sorry. They want to know, since you made multi-threading work, have you tried to delegate work to multiple servers, or is it sending the data to process across servers too expensive, or is sending the data to process across servers too expensive? You were talking about hotfixing faulty servers. Isn't having a system to detect and replace them automatically possible, like a backup server? And then the final question is it possible to have a server swap system, like having a bunch of monster servers that take authority?
See, their question, their bottom questions, you only really...
Three-part. They're cheating.
Good one. This is more of a... I'm curious about the process.
This is a three-parter.
It's their comment.
Okay, let's break this down. So the first part.
So they're currently talking about like how the MMO's servers are gonna work.
So the work, the brilliance of this approach from the server architecture perspective is that work is delegated to the multiple servers. Each server has its own multi-threaded replicator. So that is obviously one of the strengths of the system.
So you got like 4 servers.
When talking about
they're
like
all
faulty servers,
top tier.
Having a system that detects and
they all work together.
Is that possible? Backup servers, yes. So that automatically happens whenever a server crashes. A new one takes its place, and players get to relog in within a few seconds of that. This can happen, at any time, and it doesn't affect the broader realm, the broader server realm, right? We actually had this happening during our stress testing and load testing with some of our Alpha 1 testers. When was that test? It was last week?
I do have GTA 5. However, that one's like a hard game to stream. Because whenever you play music, that's copyrighted, and that kind of sucks. Because then YouTube or Twitch starts screaming at you for playing copyrighted music, and you can't like disable the music on the stream, so it's like you'd just be playing in silence. Is kind of how that would go down.
We did not experience a single realm crash. We did experience 4 server worker crashes, which is like a section of the world. And when that server...
Yeah, so what he just said was a realm is what you log into, and a realm is like a bunch of servers, so like 8 servers, and then they all like replicate to host the realm. And what he's saying is that if some of them, like, if some servers go down, are there going to be like backups for the servers just to make sure it keeps working?
Already, they've resolved them. We found a few extra ones because we've done some extended testing continually, and we're going to be doing some more testing too. So it's we're definitely getting our...
Yeah, so you get to see like the little technical part of the game before it even... Everybody's all excited about like the game, do this, do that.
Oh my gosh, I'm sorry. Leaky today.
Oh, well, it doesn't stop you, but so you typically get a bunch of emails saying this is copyrighted material.
Yes, so that's part of the dynamic gridding, right? Whenever a server isn't crowded, we merge servers together to save costs, obviously, and then this gives us another server that goes and joins the server pool that we can add into a specific region of the world as load gets higher.
Okay.
Right. And so that is
Part
the
3?
answer to your lovely YouTube comment. Thank you for
YouTube
awesome
comment
highlight. And of course, if you want to be spotlighted,
come on, show us another one.
Just make sure that on our next our July development update that
you
are a public subscriber and that you leave a comment.
That was a good question. I wonder who picks an amount.
Now to move into a bit of announcements of something. So I'm gonna kind of hand this off to Steven
Is it gonna happen?
To tell you guys.
Are they gonna announce it?
Absolutely, and super excited about this. We talked last month about providing an Alpha 2 date, and the reality of it is there is a lot that goes into what Alpha 2
Oh yeah,
is going to be delivering, what Alpha 2 testing is going to
it's gonna
look
last for a very
like
long time.
when Alpha 2 testing begins, how we're going to ramp up in play time during Alpha 2. Those are all super important topics. We have a lot of information to deliver about that. We also have a roadmap that is going to be
They're gonna
detailing
take a
how
long.
we
They're gonna take a
intend to
while.
release content throughout Alpha 2, along with additional features as well.
And
However,
some ways that you guys get to engage with that process as well.
I'm excited about the
absolutely,
Bard too. Typo.
that presentation is going to be a longer one, and I know that we talked about
I hope that
providing
they'll
the date
showcase
today on
like
this
just
stream.
being able to play
What I'm
music
going to
like
tell you is
like
the month that Alpha 2 is going
long.
to begin in, and then we have planned 2 weeks from today, or is it 2 weeks from today? No, it's the 16th of
It is
August.
the August 16th.
Just put his face on the
So
screen.
we have planned on
Alpha
August
2 roadmap.
16th an AMA where we are going to take all the questions that you have related to Alpha 2. We're going to host a Reddit thread with that. We're going to host it on our forums, and we're going to take
Okay.
live questions about Alpha
It won't
2.
be
And
Reddit,
we're
it will be forums, but we'll link
okay.
that to the Reddit.
Sorry.
So
we're going to take
that'll go out after this live stream's over.
what
So
it
you'll
sounds
start
like
adding your stuff there.
and
is
I'm gonna give it to you in just a second.
Alpha
but
2
we're
will
going
not
to
be
take
happening
that,
before
we're
August
going to take
16th.
that AMA,
All right.
and we are going to detail and talk about the Alpha 2 roadmap, when it's going to start, what we're going to be showcasing
Wait,
during those during Alpha 2, and
when it's going to
new
start?
content and features are going to be released. What I can tell you today is that Alpha 2 will begin in the month of October. So we are a little bit beyond what we expected for quarter 3, slightly beyond. However, that's okay. We have got to do what's necessary in order to make
in
sure
the
that
month of October is
that
when it will
the
be
Alpha 2
starting.
is stable, and that we are able to collect the data that we want to collect, that we are able to
The
have the
start
uptime that we are
date will
intending to
be in
have.
October.
October is when Alpha 2 is going to begin, so you can walk from today knowing that October is going to be that time frame. And
Okay.
then come August 16th, we're going to have probably an hour to 2 hour long, roughly, live stream again,
Okay.
where we're going to answer all your questions about Alpha 2 and roll out the roadmap for Alpha 2.
When is it
so that
coming
you
out?
guys have
We'll have all the information. And then
all
that
the
will also be
information.
put into an article as well. So for those of you who don't necessarily want to watch an hour or too long,
That's
stream, we'll also
crazy.
have an article that you
So
can
they mentioned at the
see
beginning
and
of this
have all the
year
highlights, as
that
well as
Alpha
additional
2
information for
quarter
you,
3,
will
which
have
is
some
from
additional
June
information
to
as
September.
well as,
However, they just mentioned that
I know
the
there's a lot
Alpha
of
2
talk,
start date will
kind of
be in October.
Discord and across the community, different thoughts about other games that have releases in
Hey, you too, Typo.
August,
Thanks for
in
stopping by.
September.
Unless you're
Did we
just
take into
staying.
account that around Alpha 2? I mean, obviously, we take a lot of things into account, right?
That's
when we're
crazy.
determining when we're going to do certain
All right,
days.
we got the when.
Those were definitely taken
We
into
need the how
account to a
much now.
degree. But also at the same time, when it comes to stability, when it comes to the polish that we want the intro to Alpha 2 have, October landed around that time frame.
Yeah.
So we're pretty confident in October, very much so.
Yeah, they just don't want it because there's no non-disclosure agreement for the Alpha 2, which means I could live stream the entire thing. I can make videos. I can show you the entire game. I can show you stuff that we currently don't even know about in the Alpha 2, which is why they want to make sure it's as polished as possible. So I do understand the October start date. I've been telling people September, but they have gone past their estimated time by a month. That's okay. September, October. So, hey, you get to enjoy your fall in Ashes of Creaiton. And because this game is so crazy, they're going to have a fall season that'll transition into winter. So that'll be cool to see.
Yeah.
But
the preface to the Bard.
They're going to show us the Bard now.
And do we have it prepped on YouTube as well?
We do. We are going to play a preview, but I do.
So for some people that don't know what a Bard is, it's a musical
that we do have
individual.
Dev discussion. It's still up. The one for
a musical individual plays many instruments, sings, and is very charismatic for their party.
In terms of both of angle and distance from your camera, your character.
We got
different situations call for different perspectives. kind of anything that you are interested in with camera or camera tools too. I don't see a problem.
Camera
with
can make and
you
break a
also
game,
include
so
that.
I respect
And our next
this.
one is going to be about storytelling with archetypes, which
'Cause
kind
if
of
you
fits
can't see-
perfectly with the segue
So.
of the Bard. So yeah, go for it,
The
Steven.
Bard.
Very cool. Okay, so quick preface. Obviously, everything you're going to see here is a work in progress, specifically as it relates to
Gasp.
UI.
It's a development
along with,
update.
visual effects.
No kidding, my
However,
guy. You're good.
you are going to see
Yes.
a lighting update as
Oh.
well with this Bard gameplay. The
I'm excited.
lighting update is
Do I have
not
my,
complete yet.
I'm in
However,
1080p.
you are going to see some visual differences.
They're streaming at 1080. I'm
particularly
streaming
as
at
it relates
1440.
to exposure settings, eye adaptation, interior lighting, those types of things. In addition to that, there are still musical compositions that are outstanding for some of the Bard abilities.
Okay.
So some of these abilities might be placeholder audio as well,
Okay.
particularly the chants, I believe it's called. With that being said, we had a lot of fun. It's a 2-hour-long gameplay session. We're going to start out by showcasing each of the individual abilities,
Okay.
and then we're going to move into a point of interest that you guys haven't seen before called the Darigal Estates. There's a lot of story behind the Darigal Estates with regards to the Riverlands area.
Oh.
I think you guys are going to enjoy it.
Right.
I think so too.
We will see you all in about 2 hours. If you have any questions or anything like that, like we said, make sure that you're just posting them in the chat.
Okay, so they're
or
dipping
on
for
the
2
Discord.
hours, and they're just going to
Having
show
fun
us a
doing that there.
pre-recorded
We'll be
stream
kind
for
of
the Bard,
having those,
more or less.
lovely community
That's what's going on.
managers are watching all the things. So see you on the flip side.
This is what's on YouTube. Like after the live stream's over. This is how these things typically work. Okay.
Hello, everybody, and welcome to another day in Verra, and we have an exciting stream for you today. For the
Is that an
first
orc
time
on the right side?
in Ashes of Creation
Looks
history,
like a
we are going to be showing off
dog.
the Bard.
Elf.
And it is a good, as you can see, it is a good-looking Bard right now. This armor set,
okay.
the what is the name of this armor set? This is the Rose Thorn armor set.
So they're playing
oh
a
my
Bard
God,
right now.
I am in love with this. And Manny did this, right?
I thought they would all like be Bards.
Oh, it looks so good. I mean, we have a great shot here. I am joined, as you can see, by 5 of our all 5 of you are designers. We don't have any engineers today. We don't have any artists today. We're all designers. How selfish is that of us? But I am joined by 5 of our glorious designers, many of whom have been on the show before. But for the first time, we have
take a drink, gulp of water every time they say the word "look."
Doing great. And I think I would put myself in the artist category more than designer, because I don't really get the numbers. I just make things go.
That is true. You're representing here the artists. That is very true. I didn't even think about that. But Tori, we're excited to have you because, of course, the Bard is a very sound.
I wonder what else they're saying in the chat.
Most of all
Where's
of
the
our archetypes in the
gnome?
game, and you have done a phenomenal job with these sounds.
Does shield have legs?
Yes. So excited to have you and chat about what you've been working on with Bard.
Oh, it's the
we
dwarf.
Also have
That's
some
funny.
of our regular combat dudes, specifically 3 on the archetype combat design side. Trad, Brian, Bucky, how you guys doing?
Doing good.
I love everybody asking. That's not a dwarf. It's a shield with legs.
And I also see not only the Bard, but we have a floating giant spellbook in front of us. And for the first time, we're going to be looking at the spellbook weapon as well. Brian, I know you did a lot of work on that.
Yeah.
Oh heck yeah! I thought they were just gonna have like wands.
And other members of the team like Noah
whatever.
and Matt
Spellbook.
especially put a lot of work into this because it's animating by itself. It's not using the typical way that we attach weapons. So
Mage is excited
in a little bit.
I love it. And
I wonder if it just
also
floats
have
there
with us
when
one
you're
of our
standing
glorious
still.
NPC senior designers, Doug. How you doing, buddy?
I'm doing great. Looking forward to killing some monsters.
Yes, and we have some new and interesting monster types that we're going to talk a little bit about that have been
got a
implemented.
lot of good stuff to show here.
Shake up a little bit of the encounter
That's exciting.
design, which I know you and your team have been doing a lot of work on.
Yeah, excited to show things off.
Very cool.
Yeah, those look like dogmen.
First
I'm
and
cool with it.
foremost, where are we?
Great
we
question.
are in the Riverlands, of course, but we are
This
in
game probably
an
looks so
area
good.
That I don't think we've ever
That
been
looks
at
nice.
before. This is the... Where is this, Bucky? This is the Darrigal Estates?
Yep, that's right. We're about to venture through the Darrigal estate. And there's some... Used to be owned by the family of Darrigal way back in the day. Now, after the return to Verra, a bunch of peasants moved in and were farming the land for a while, but now I think some more sinister forces have taken over and are reanimating the dead, and all sorts of bad stuff's going on here, so we gotta go get to the bottom of this.
Reanimated
Love
dead
it.
sounds fun.
It is daytime out currently in the spring time. 3 days, 3 hours, and 35 minutes remaining until summer. I love that. That is very cool. Okay, so normally what we've done in the past when we have new archetypes is we kind of go through each of the abilities.
That's interesting.
Bucky, I know that obviously.
So they're playing in springtime, and things will like transition
class design
to like summer,
you know,
winter,
Bucky
fall.
has,
Not in that order.
A wide repertoire of skill sets.
Look, these are the abilities.
Work on the system side, he's been doing a lot of work on the combat side, and the Bard is near and dear to his heart. So, Bucky, talk to me a little bit about the inspiration for this Bard class before we start getting into some of the abilities.
Oh man, yeah, we had tons of different inspirations. Obviously, you know, the lineage, Arcage, Sword Singer, Blade Dancers, I believe.
Yes.
I like the icon they have in the top left for the Bard. That's really gorgeous.
But one of the big things we wanted to do with this Bard specifically was not to focus specifically on just song or dance, but have kind of a culmination of a bunch of different of these themes all together in the same kit. So
to make
you can see down the
a Bard,
bar, you know, we got some melodies, dances, songs, all working together to build out this kit.
All right, so I'm opening up the skill tree here.
So notice that. Look at all those abilities.
Level 10. So for those of you guys who are tuning in for the first time, I just
Damn.
want to preface, as is necessary in our obligatory kind of discussion point here, everything you see is a work in progress. That includes mainly the UI elements, I'm
liking their UI better and better with every live stream and every video they have.
You're going to see right now, we have a lot of these abilities already spec'd. You wouldn't normally have.
Okay. I was wanting to make sure that they wouldn't have like 29 skills at level 10. That's kind of crazy.
In order to kind of give you guys insight to the class. So this skill tree, that we've done a little bit of a rework on skill tree progression. Trad, do you want to talk a little bit about what we've changed for the purposes of Alpha 2 with the skill tree and how it's set up?
Sure, I can. No, I'm just kidding.
Absolutely. Yeah, so
progression.
For those who were accustomed to some of the structures that we had in place before, they were very rigid, right? Like there were very specific paths that were linear, and if you wanted to get to a particular skill, you would have to take a very set path to get there. And while some of that is desired, like, you know, if you
there's a UI bug,
then you don't really have a skill tree at all. But we wanted to open it up and give a little bit more freedom of choice. So
choose to play your melodies with a flute
version of the tree. Notice that rather than these ongoing linear branches going in different directions,
so you can change that to drums or flutes. So I thought I saw lute as one.
The bottom, the middle, and the top. As you invest points into each tier, eventually you'll unlock access to the next tier. So, for example, to get to that second tier, you need to put 4 points into the tier below. So it gives you a bit more freedom of which skills you pick, while keeping you within that tier before it lets you go on to the next one. And usually each tier has a bit more advanced abilities. So it's also a good way of introducing you to the archetype.
Awesome. Okay, yeah. And this is obviously something that we have distributed across all of the archetypes for the purposes of Alpha 2. That's something that you and your team are going to be collecting a lot of information from players as they, you know, give us their feedback and play through kind of the skill tree progression. We'll be tuning that as that information comes in.
They're going to get information overload when this alpha comes out.
There is an instrument selection. Talk to me a little bit about that.
I mean,
so the way we decided to do instruments is they're mainly just a cosmetic choice right now.
Fiddle.
So players can choose.
I guess the lute was copyrighted.
As the Bard, what instrument they want to play all their melodies with, and so this will actually change the animations and change the sound effects of how the melodies will play.
Love it. That's super cool. And obviously this is something that we'll be expanding upon in the future, right? With different instruments that you'll have access to. But it allows obviously players the opportunity to kind of customize their own personal bard experience. Now,
Exactly. Yeah.
after this,
You don't have to
after
be a
this
one trumpet
instrument,
pony.
talk to me a little bit about some of the first abilities we're going to take a look at. I see they're here on the
I bet.
skill bar,
Yeah.
1 through
Epic melody.
1 through 5. Where do we want to start?
So we can just start with 1. So these first 5 abilities are all of your melody abilities, and so they
Melodies
all
are
share
buffs.
some common similarities. So basically, they're all large, persistent AOE buffs or debuffs. So the first one is Cheerful Melody, which applies a healing received bonus to your party and heals them over time.
Okay, so I see that here, that this lightly heals the party for 15%
magical power healing.
Magical power every 2 seconds. And if I look at my magical power, I'm at 33 magical power.
So 15% is like,
you know, in the past we haven't really talked
7?
too much about our primary attributes, their waterfall stats. Do you want to talk a little bit about magical power, how we derive
this is a
that waterfall,
gorgeous character menu,
and what contributes to it?
Sure, yeah. So your main
look at
that waterfalls into magical power is going to be intellect. And so that's a large portion of intellect's giving you magical. But it also gives you other stats such as.
I just want to take a minute just to admire. Can I like duck out of the way? This character menu is gorgeous. Oh.
Cool.
But yeah, so each of the attributes will waterfall into a variety of these stats. But magical power.
Their UI development team is really good. Oh, and peep the bottom. Oh wait.
Okay, so
it's a little cropped.
Probably need somebody in the party to have some lower.
Let's see if I can.
Yeah.
Who should we do that to? You know, Brian is the tank. Brian, I can't even see you. You're literally hiding behind a shield. You're smaller than the shield. I think this book is larger than you.
Oh, they're calling out the dwarf.
That's the dwarf tank fantasy, right?
Dwarven strat right there.
Look at him. Oh, he's tired.
I nuked him.
Okay, he's nuked. Okay, so you've lost some health, Brian. Now we are going to. Oh, by the way, I think this is the first time since Alpha 1 that we have had a Dunir in one of the live streams. So
Dunirs are dwarves. Okay.
Love it. All right, so now
let's
use this cheerful melody.
Oh, that's fun.
And see how it affects your healing. Here at 578. Oh, very cool. And talk to me about cheerful melody, kind of how it works.
Yeah, so this applies a buff to the whole party. So everyone's getting this little very, very light healing over time, but the biggest thing this does is it increases all the other healing you receive. So obviously this will combo great with the cleric. And it's kind of like, you know, the clerics are still going to be our premier healers, right? But bards are more of a support role, and they'll really will power up clerics and all the other archetypes when they're in the party.
Okay, so I can click on this melody, and it says it's a 20-second cast. So basically, it's ticking throughout that time. And can I use other abilities while the melody is playing?
That's right. Yeah, that's the other big part about melodies is that they work concurrently with your other abilities. So
you
can be casting in the other stuff, doing weapon combos, dodge rolling, and that'll all not interrupt your melody. That's active.
Very cool.
Okay.
And now, Tori,
that's actually really cool.
We don't have kind of the final versions of our.
That way you don't have to just stand there and do like nothing.
Music in for these melodies, but the intent there is to have our composer be creating these melodies to kind of
they got a flute.
Live harmoniously with the ambient music of the biome as well as the other skills and abilities.
Correct. It's going to be a decently complex system, so it will take a while to get it properly implemented, but we don't want the music to interfere with your experience in a very atonal way, especially for at least those bard melody abilities. Those are going to be happening enough that you don't want them to be too annoying.
Very cool. And
I like that they're taking that under consideration, that they don't want the music to be repetitive, because
the healing received from the primary.
Because if you become a bard, you're gonna hear these songs for as long as you play. So that's really nice.
Versus the types of healing effects converted through the cleric.
Yeah, for sure. Like I was saying a little bit earlier, bards are definitely going to be, they'll be able to do some healing, but it's going to be more kind of regenerative, healing over time, lighter. The real, you know, throughput burst healing is going to always come from clerics. But bards will be able to keep, you know, a couple players alive, and they'll just have to, you know, play defensively and careful, but yeah, so it's a little bit slower healing.
Cool, very cool. So obviously we're keeping that burst healing towards the cleric. Those are the people who are going to be able to actually sustain you in a pinch or through
Okay, what's
significant
the
damage
chat
received,
saying about this?
Whereas the Bard is
PTSD from Arcade
empowers
Songcraft.
the cleric's ability to kind
I
of
get it.
confer those effects on the party.
Exactly.
Okay, very cool. Cheerful Melody, that's awesome. I love the effects for this. I think that was Siva that did these.
Yeah, Steven did all the effects on the Bard, and he really did a great job. He was killing it.
Looked phenomenal. And Nat did the icons.
Yep, Nat did the icons and all the concepts for the effects, which really, helped the whole process out. Get it started on the right foot.
Very well done. Love it. Okay, let's talk about our next melody.
Yep, so this next one's called Pensive Melody, and this is just a slow mana regen over time.
Okay.
So this is kind of a, just
Yeah,
if your party is
alright,
low on
chat
mana, doesn't need
knows.
healing, doesn't need some
Release
effects,
time.
you can switch to
Release
a mana
date.
regenerations to give everybody a little bit of
October.
sustain for longer, fights and stuff like that.
Now, we've seen one other mana recovery ability in the past, I
battery.
believe, and that was on the
Oh, I haven't been
cleric.
paying attention.
And that
Ooh.
was
That's awesome.
conferred mana restoration through your weapon attack.
Yep, I've got it spec'd right now, and I'll be using that as well. So those two things in conjunction will be really nice for the lucky target that gets it. The biggest difference, obviously, is that is a single target ability that you can only maintain on one target at a time. So it's more potent, but again, kind of reinforcing the theme of the healing. The strength of the Bard is party-wide benefits. Not to say the cleric won't have some party-wide stuff too, but that's really where the Bard shines, is in an eight-man party.
Very cool. So, Doug, as you're kind of authoring the encounter designs for
Alright, I'm asking in the
obviously party
chat.
compositions, you guys are taking into account the restorative ability of a particular archetype design or party comp around these mana abilities, right?
8-man
Because you wanna
party, sign me
patch
up.
those parties
That's exciting.
significantly in between.
Like, just notice,
different
they've
goals,
got like
and
6
taking
people
into
here.
account what restorative mana there is available to a party design is calculated in the NPCs, correct?
Yeah, and you're gonna see that a little bit today.
When can I pre-order the game? Great question.
Here, dealing as the cleric. So
Next
we're gonna go
question.
with the tank and only a bard, and have that sustained support.
This is pretty great.
Heal us, and then we're gonna have a cleric join us later and fight stronger enemies, and that's really gonna be the determining factor. Is like, if you're a small group, you might be able to get away with a bard.
I want to see what those other 3 abilities are.
Healing.
The 4 and 5 look like they're gonna end up being they look like they'll end up being more combative abilities.
That when activating these melodies, that the radius seems to be pretty significant. I'm assuming that on the visual effects side, that this ring, as it expands and kind of ends out there, that's the distance that I need
The
to
dwarf
maintain
is
as a
just
bard
like
within,
perma
or
shielded up.
rather,
He's
my
perma
party
bricked
needs
up.
to maintain within proximity of
What a funny
myself.
guy.
That's pretty generous.
Yeah, the idea was we wanted to have just something baseline for bards that they can, as long as they upkeep this ability, it provides just kind of like a default, bonus to your party depending on which one you choose.
I'm curious if
whereas the other abilities are more mana intensive.
I'm curious if they have like an auto cast on, so like that way you don't have to keep clicking it every 20 seconds. That seems awful.
Between party and AoE.
I don't feel like he's clicking anything.
Usually with things that are party based, we're a bit more
so that's actually pretty cool.
On the radius, just because it is already limited on one axis to members only within your party. But then we'll also have abilities that
they have till September for quarter 3.
Any number of people or whatever, like regardless of whether they're in your party or not, but they're more proximity throttled.
Very cool. Now talk to me about Epic Melody.
Alright, calling that guy Boo Boo Bear.
This one is a movement speed boost to your whole
Just
group.
responding to some comments. Our current stream looks pretty good.
Grind through a POI really fast, then you can switch to this one.
Alright. Oh.
Yeah, I'll have some great uses in PvP as well.
Epic Melody. Move speed.
Oh, okay. I see. It gets a little bit more down and dirty in this one. The animations look great.
Yeah. So we kind of have different styles of animations for each of the
So the
instruments.
Bard
We have,
has 20% move speed.
Kind of a more calm song or an intense
Yo.
song. But yeah, this is a nice speed boost for the whole team. You guys got to get someplace.
That's actually awesome.
Very cool. That's awesome. Of course, no bard would be complete without some type of movement modifier.
Exactly right.
I love it.
So, health.
Okay, talk to me about Cathartic Melody.
You're taxed to heal yourself for
This
50%
one
of the
will
damage
give,
done.
Everyone in your party a chance to heal themselves.
Oh,
so it's kind of like
yeah.
a leech song. So it's kind of an alternative way to apply some some healing support. But
that might be a
obviously
little
wanna work with a
OP for
group
that
has a lot of people
50%
doing a
of
lot
the
of
damage done.
So if you're in kind of like the healer group or the tank group, maybe it wouldn't be as good to use that one. But if you're in a group full of, all DPS, it might be a more effective way to provide bonus healing.
Now I see this says that your attacks have a 25% chance to heal yourself for 50%.
So 1 in 4 attacks
of the damage done.
will heal you for 50% of the damage.
On a per ability basis, or just for your weapons attack, or all the above?
I think it's every time
Right now it's all of the above, but
something hits.
we can keep iterating on this, but it feels in practice it feels like it gives a little bit of support, but obviously you wouldn't be able to just completely replace the need for a cleric with this. So
however, if you're questing with your friends,
we're still iterating on it.
Like you, Bard,
one
Fighter,
thing to
Mage,
I like
that's
the,
gonna be huge.
Strategic or tactical choice that you're kind of
That's awesome.
constantly making between cathartic and the other healing one, cheerful. Just because you want to keep cheerful going maybe when you're running between encounters or packs, and there's not a lot of like activity going on, and you see like a bunch of like burst combat or something happening, you probably want to
Okay, so the combo looks like when you're running from mob to mob, you'll use Cheerful Melody, but when you guys are primarily attacking, it might be more beneficial for the Cathartic Melody. That way you can get some lifesteal heal going. That's actually really awesome. And then when you're running, and if everybody's full, you can just pop on your movement speed melody, and everything just works beautifully.
You may want to have your
That's awesome.
Cathartic Melody active while you're
I want to see that last one.
Their mana, versus when you're in a lull pull or something a bit more sustainable, keeping that 20% healing received and the regen up. That makes a lot of sense. So effectively, at this 25% chance to heal for 50% of the damage done, that's almost like a, on average, probably around 12.
EQ1 Bard Weaving.
Consistent lifesteal.
Exactly. Yeah. So it kind of really depends on the situation, right? Like you guys were saying. So, but
cool.
It's nice to have the options.
Absolutely. All right, talk to me about Menacing Melody.
Oh, all right.
Okay, so this one is the one different one. This only affects enemies, so it applies a debuff to all nearby enemies that'll make them take increased damage.
Interesting.
So you can see over there that my Celette in the background has this Menacing Melody debuff.
That's a huge area.
So it'll make them be taking more damage.
I like the synergy between
my Celette,
and Cathartic
the
as
best a man can get.
Yeah. Those are two.
That's a
great
funny
ones to
little
together.
Creature in the background.
Okay, so this basically you forego benefit to the party directly and instead apply that 10% debuff to enemies.
Interesting.
And again, that's a pretty significant radius.
Yeah, I think
I like the radius.
That target limited to the rest of the melodies are. But that's something we're gonna add probably. Like 8 nearest targets or something like that, right?
Okay.
So it's not,
So some
is 8 low though?
On that effect.
If 8 is low, or
cool.
Yeah, they'll really have to tweak that a bit, because if you're trying to like massive mob pull and you get like 16 people, well, it's not gonna be worth it.
Passive specialization options, because we were kind of mentioning that like the weaving style versus like the charge up style.
Mm-hmm.
That's going to be the up at the top in the middle, the plus sign. That's where you can choose. Yeah, so this is a passive that unlocks level 10. So there's the 2 options here. So one of them is called Crescendo, which is your melodies just power up slowly over time over the course of that 20-second cast. And then the second option is called Counterpoint, where every 20 seconds you can switch between melodies, and the last melody its effects will still be active. So you can kind of weave 2 melodies.
Wait, the effects of your melodies are applied at increasing duration, but at full, they will last up to 20, allowing you to weave back and forth to upkeep. Oh my lord!
It's even expandable upon as we continue beyond Alpha 2.
Are we caught up again?
25, you may add additional
Did I pause it for a second?
Melody concurrency. Is that what you're thinking?
Exactly. Yeah, we might even just make this counterpoint thing just something that you get for sure. Like weaving, we want all bards to do, because that's a really fun gameplay. A lot of bard players gravitate towards them.
Shoot,
really
I was gonna
make
say
fun with the melodies. When you can combine 2 of 5, that's a lot of different options, right?
Right. So this is.
Yeah.
This is kind of
oh gosh, when you can use your cathartic heal to buff everybody. Oh no. What you want to do is when you're like pretty much out in the world questing with your buddies, you use that move speed buff and you use the heal speed buff. That way you guys can. Dang that. Whew, that would be insane. Oh.
Steps like every 5 seconds or something. It chunks up a little bit, but that's kind of the option for people who don't.
Look at that.
Have to,
They said Alpha 2 will be in Q4 of this year. We'll share more detailed information during a roadmap plus AMA.
Cool. Are these also melody-centric, the other two?
The other two, so those are for the other groups of abilities. There's Dance Mastery Specialization and Song Mastery
I'm
Specialization. But
pinging them directly. I wonder if they'll answer.
Let's take a look.
Yeah, so, yeah. Like the weaving counterpoint.
Oh, they're going to show off weaving?
Confirm that. And now...
That'll be cool.
Yep. So now if you do, for example, if you do the Cheerful Melody,
okay,
you'll see the buff we're all getting is going to start lasting longer and longer on our party frames. So once we get to 20 seconds, it'll be applied at 20 seconds. So that means the next 20 seconds we can switch to a different melody, and then this one will kind of be going the whole time. So we'll be effectively having two stacked up at the same time.
Oh.
That's kind of what this stinger right here, that's showing you, okay, your melody's at 20 seconds full charge. Now you could switch to, cathartic or...
Oh man, you gotta switch to the move speed.
So, yep, so we have both the melody buffs are active
That's
right
pretty
now.
awesome.
As you can see, Cheerful's starting to wear off.
That's so clean.
Cathartic, Cheerful's going to fall off. And then we'll have to weave
that
back
is
to that
really
one,
nice.
We'll move to a different one. So that's a lot of different options.
So you're upkeeping. So as I see now, Cheerful has fallen off. I can add the Cheerful back.
Yep. So you kind of weave back and forth between two you want to use, or alternate to whatever the party's needing in the current time. So.
Yeah, I was gonna say all you gotta do when you're farming with the boys out in the wild is use that move speed melody and then use the healing melody. That way you're moving as fast as you can and you're trying to stay as healed as you can. That's really cool.
Monitoring what the party needs at any given time and able to swap in between these without letting the last utilized melody go to waste.
Was I pinged?
That's very cool.
That's what I do with that one.
Yeah, weaving is a classic, I feel like, in a lot of even older MMOs. Yes. Some people love it, some people hate it. That's kind of why we have it as a spec option, so you can choose whether that's your style of gameplay or not. But we think it's cool, and I think we've taken it to another level that, in some games in the past, at least I know, weaving has been kind of janky or clunky or even unintended, but I think we're leaning into it, and I think it's a better version.
Yeah, I agree. That's awesome.
Oh, look. Okay, what they said.
Next, Bucky?
All right, we're gonna mute this real quick. All right, this is what they said. I had inquired if they will be announcing the price of the Alpha 2 keys, and they said not for this stream. However, but be sure to check out the stream on August 16th for further updates. So, unfortunately, it seems like you're gonna have to wait a minute before getting your hands on an Alpha 2 key, which is unfortunate, but at least for right now, we don't know the price of an Alpha 2 key. So, at least in terms of the Alpha 2, as far as we know, they have postponed it to sometime in October. There's a good chance it'll be in the middle. And price TBA. Okay.
Added bonus that you can use it during any other ability. So kind of like with your melodies, you can cast them while you're doing other abilities. This flourish you can cast during other abilities.
That's good.
Use it while you're turning, Steven.
Yeah, and it lets you steer a little bit too.
Like move your character as it's.
Wait, what?
Move your character while you're dashing.
While I'm dashing.
Yeah, spin.
Make a hard R. There you
go. Oh, that's cool.
I love this one.
Oh, that's awesome. I love that mobility.
Yeah, you can totally throw people off.
I also
that's
love
crazy. The MMO New World wished it was.
Yeah, it looks pretty.
I respect it.
Exciting, but yeah, so it's a great ability. Like, especially as you see later, the next.
Are they selling more keys?
Are the dance abilities, and this move combos really well with those because it lets you get into position to do the dances. It also lets you, get out of dodge, like you were saying, or you can also use it to like slide through enemies.
Interesting.
It turns off your collision, so you can not get blocked or trapped.
Oh, look at that. We may open up
this. Awesome.
All right, this is the other thing that they said. We may open the sale of testing access to Alpha 2 again in the future. We may. That's not 100%. Okay. There's a good chance they are, though. Notice they've updated it now. He's coming in quarter 4. It's unfortunate. Is there any other...
in contrast to the large radius melodies, these are all a lot shorter range abilities, but with pretty powerful effects. So this first one is called Shielding Dance, which heals everybody for a little bit over time, and also applies a heavy temp health shield. So this is a great one to use when people are about to die and the cleric needs some more time to heal. You can give everyone a shield.
Okay, so
that's awesome.
This applies a shield to everyone around me?
Yep.
Heal yourself and nearby allies for 50% of your magical power every second, and apply up to 1 instance of the shield to each target.
If you hold shift, you can see the tooltip for a shield, which is, yeah, just some temp health.
Oh, wow. That's awesome.
Oh, that's interesting.
400% of your healing power.
Mm-hmm.
That's an interesting change, or how they're handling shields in this game.
Yeah. So it's a decent little chunk of health, or temp health, that is. And
which, I mean, I guess it's a potato-potato situation, because, you know, like in WoW, if a priest puts a shield on you, it's like they put an extra amount of health on you. Like, that's separate from your actual health pool. It's like the shield has its own health, and so if the shield health on you diminishes, then you lose the shield. But I'm noticing, if I don't move my mouse... Oh, look, okay, so it is showing up. However, it looks like it's just bonus health. Like he's saying, which is, you know, temp health. So, notice that white sliver. That's the shield. And then, you'll notice maybe the health pool goes up? No? No, the health pool stays the same. Okay.
How it materializes is just awesome.
That is so good. Siva did
that is
a
really
great
cool,
job
though.
with this. Holy smokes, I love that.
Yeah, that's pretty great.
And then the little lights above you.
Oh.
Little sigil notes.
Hold on, you know, let me put myself in walk mode just so I can see myself slow move on the dancing here. Hold
on. Yeah,
that's funny.
Roleplay.
Yeah. Then Alex McPee did all the animations for this one. I think.
He's about to drop a sick
that
beat.
Is
the RP Bard.
So great. I literally would just use that single ability.
All right, let's keep looking.
That's all I want to do.
Oh, that's a great question.
Let me give the cheerful melody while doing this. Oh, that's so great.
Yep, this guy's so right.
Love that. That is super cool.
Yeah, it's a cool one. It's a great
Isn't
one.
auto attack activated OP?
Oh, yeah.
Mistakes were made.
Let's see. Grants nimble and pep to yourself and nearby.
Oh, we might have missed it that they're having auto attack.
If you hold shift, it'll tell you what those effects are. So nimble is just a pretty
nimble
high
dance.
base evasion buff. So just another form, you know, of mitigation damage reduction. Hopefully people will dodge, right? And then Pep's short.
Nimble dance is like an emergency speed boost. Okay.
All the different abilities around the Bard kit are giving. Kind of shared.
So if I have both the epic melody as well as nimble dance playing, those stack.
Yep, right now they stack. Yeah, so it'll be an additive bonus of 40% movement speed. So yeah, you can get going.
Dwarf is great.
Oh my god! Put that up, and then this is me running. Actually, we should all run together. Let's run together.
A2. There's an A2 Q.
We'll run the other way. Okay.
All right.
Ready? Hold on. Let me turn this off first. We'll see. We're gonna run to that bigger tree there in the distance.
Okay.
It's gonna take about 10 seconds to drop.
Okay, hold on. 3, 2, 1, go.
Let's go. I couldn't notice.
Oh my goodness!
Bards, man.
That is so good.
That's a great combo if you're trying to run away from like a
oh yeah
PvP engagement or
look, they're fighting.
Counter gone bad.
Oh whoops.
Look, the group.
Over here?
It didn't last long enough. Bro, he should have popped off that healing melody.
Let me do this one again.
it's like the dancing. It's so goofy.
That kick is so cool.
Yeah, it's really great. These animations actually started out mocapped, and then Alex, mocap by Matt, and then Alex did a great cleanup job and added some spins and stuff. So it turned out pretty cool.
Mocap. So they're really trying, and you can tell.
Wow, that looks so great. Alex did a great job with these.
Yeah, he did a good job. It looks really cool. It looks really cool in running too. Like the jump kind of just seamlessly works with the split body.
The effects are great. Well done.
I haven't seen any.
You'll notice this one also has a lot of percussion as the main focus. All the dances are going to be, at least from the audio side, I wanted that to convey the feeling of movement.
Oh, okay.
And,
that's cool.
Just the hits of each of the dance moves.
From your end, I'm just trying to see where everybody's at in the chat. Great question. What's the point of immobility if it's tag targeted? Wait, shield is healing? Yeah, did anybody else mention? HP buff that needs to be burned before you take damage. The potato situation.
Alright, and then let's see how it blends in with the audio.
Yep. Is this a real streamer? They just started 29 seconds ago.
So good.
That's funny.
Awesome.
That sounds awesome. Max mana. Let me give myself some more mana. Yeah, it does.
Dota BG3 level tooltips Pog. Yeah.
I specifically
because you can hold shift and then they'll tell you more info about them.
To them, we have to make sure that they stay ambient enough that they don't mess with the overall feel of the music.
Good for stack fighting. Mm-hmm.
You know, tonality and key for the music.
Why does Steven not seem to know the game at all? Well, Steven isn't the alpha, the omega. He has to oversee everything.
All right, after Nimble, what do we got?
He just probably doesn't know where they were at the time.
This next one is an offensive CC type spell.
Oh.
So it's a little bit shorter cast than the rest.
Okay.
But it basically applies an incapacitate to all nearby targets.
Okay.
So we have
That's
to
cool.
have some
Kind of like
enemies.
Panda situation.
Dreadicare, do you want to drop party maybe?
Sure.
Uh
Yeah, it'd be good to have that for some of these offensive abilities coming up.
Alright, you're gonna have to flag on me first.
Flag. Oh, how's he gonna flag?
Alright, now let me put
Notice they turned purple.
Go to sleep. Oh wait, I have to flag.
Are you
I have to
flagging?
flag? I have to flag.
How does he flag?
Go to sleep.
Oh, wait a minute. What's my flag? What did we change the hotkey to? I can't remember.
So you have to
Control F?
No,
Is it
Control
Alt
F.
Alt F, yeah.
Alt
Alright, there we go. Okay.
No.
Alright, here we go. And go to sleep. Ooh, nice. That's
Okay.
awesome. That's a quick cast too.
Yeah, that one's a bit quicker because it just has just a sudden effect and it's not as much of about the duration.
That's
but,
a long.
nice to be able to knee slide in, flourish in, and get a stun off, flourish out. You know.
Oh,
Dang,
put him
Bard
asleep
is gonna
again. He's
be
incapacitated.
one of those
Oh, and now he
really-
has immunity.
really good people.
That's a nice segue.
What is this diminishing returns?
Yep.
Talk to us about this, Trad.
For a little while, our game
He
was
sounds
a bit
so hype
unbalanced
about
when
it.
came to the crowd control, so I figured it was time for a diminishing return system to be put in place.
That's
I
huge.
can-
Otherwise, we don't know what the real cooldown is on the mesmerizing dance. So the fact that they can't immediately use it again
So you've got, hard
helps
CC, you've got
balance it. That's balancing
you've got
at its
active
finest,
CC,
really.
like silence and disarm. And each of those categories will tick up as the duration ticks. And once you've hit a max amount of duration of that CC category, it'll kick in a temporary immunity period. So you know we'll probably iterate on this more
Okay.
just as we do with everything else. But we wanted something in place.
That's really nice.
Just so that
Incapacitated
people can't, like,
immunity.
try to lock you down because nobody likes that.
And just to give some clarity, obviously, to the audience, you have bucketized essentially the different types of control effects so that they don't all share the same diminishing return values, but rather each of these effects share with some other effect types, and they will communally grant some DR based on the effect type.
Yeah, I mean, real quick,
That makes
the
sense.
movement ones are snare, chill, root,
That makes perfect
and
sense.
freeze. The hard ones are the one you're seeing here, incapacitate, which is breakable on damage, but there's also
Yeah.
tier 2 versions of that, which is trip and stun, which do not break on damage.
Oh.
And then you have your activation CCs, which are silence and disarm, and potentially more in the future, but that's what we got right now.
Very much so, support class.
Very nice. That is awesome. I know that from a user experience standpoint, obviously, we were getting a lot of feedback from the tests that, hey, when is this system going to be in place? It's really feeling crappy in PvP and in the encounters to just consistently get tripped or snared or whatever. And now you guys have implemented this, so
that sounds awful.
Nice. That's definitely gonna help.
I remember being rooted for like 30 seconds during that Node War live stream.
Also, notice they're still in the same guild. They can still flag against one another. So I'm happy they don't have a restriction in place. So like, if you're flagged, if they're flagged, gloves are off, man. I like that. What else we got? Oh, what do you say?
Yeah. Okay, cool.
Yes, sir.
Next, Maddening Dance.
Maddening Dance.
So this one's just more of a general AoE damage ability. That
damage increases with less targets. Oh.
It'll do 40% magical power, but if there's just a few, it'll do more. And it also has some interaction with a status that the Bard can apply, which is Demoralize, and it'll promote that to Humiliate, which decreases damage done.
That's actually really neat.
So this is cool. This is kind of like, a decision to make here, obviously. If you're using it as a solo player.
All right, let's see what else people are saying.
Against single targets or something, but if you're like pulling large, groups of mobs, it's gonna automatically deprecate some of that damage.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Cool. Let's test this on Dredicare again.
Bard looking like a top contender class. It definitely does not seem like a waste of time.
Okay.
Wow.
Completely blocked.
He's got. So we're doing about 17 damage a tick there.
Oh.
Okay, that's pretty good.
That was decent.
Pretty significant. Very cool.
Just lets the Bard get in there and get some AoE in as well.
That's pretty cool.
The screen effects that are applied there. There's some like screen distortion effects a little bit.
Let's see what else we got.
Yeah, I think the internal of the effect has some distorts going on, something like that. I don't know. It looks pretty.
Not the sissy bards.
I like how discontorted the body is.
Yeah, exactly. Going for some sort of like weird Eldritch thing, right?
I love it. We should get some weird tentacles flying out of him.
That's cool.
That's super cool. Okay, cool. That's those are our dances. Are those all the dances?
Yep, those are all the dances right now.
Nice.
Yeah, there's also a dance mastery passive as well. But
dance mastery.
Still getting some iterations, so we can show that one off later.
Okay.
Like we said, we're not, this isn't the entire kit. There's a couple abilities in here we're not going to be showing off today, but, for the most part, we got most of it here.
Cool.
This person's right.
What do we got next?
Next up is a knockback ability. It's called Get Off the Stage.
Get off
so you see
the
next
stage.
on your bar after the dances. Yeah, so this
go.
is just like a short-range melee knockback. Which applies snared and also has some interaction with staggered. It'll disarm your targets if they're staggered. So.
I'm not seeing anything like of note.
Knock back enemies in front of you with your instrument, dealing 175% of your magical damage as. Oh, is that physical damage? Physical damage.
Yeah, it does 100% of your magical damage as bludgeon damage. So
okay, got it.
Kind of, yeah.
And applies 3 stacks.
Bard
of
griefing is
snare
confirmed.
that taper off over the course of 6 seconds. Also applies disarm to the target with staggered. That's a nice combo for the tank and the fighter.
Okay.
Exactly, yeah. So if melee's up on you and you're able to stagger them, you can just knock them back with Get Off the Stage, snare them, and then they will get disarmed as well if you have them staggered.
All right.
So
silence, disarm, love it.
Want a flag on me?
I think you guys are still flagged.
I think I'm flagged, yeah.
Oh, okay. All right.
Oh.
Nice. That was cool. What did I use there? Was that like a fiddle?
See, I'm pretty snared.
It was your flute.
Oh, my flute. That's right. I chose a flute.
Yeah.
Obviously, we'll probably crank up the knock a little bit. Like it's.
I was gonna say.
Right now, but we're still.
I was gonna say. I think even a fighter could still knock them back, or a fighter could still hit them from there.
Yeah, I think it's not such too high, but yeah, like tried saying, we're still.
Yeah.
I'm noticing the snare is stacking.
This is kind of
Here, it looks like
called, for pushes and pulls. Please don't kill me.
Oh.
Wow. You're corrupted now.
Oh no!
Please don't kill me.
Oh, no.
Oh, notice in the top left corner, it's red for me now.
How'd you die?
I'm not helping you guys
Aren't you a healer? Can't you heal?
Technically, that means he's corrupted
He's dead.
because he took out a player.
Now I'm not even red. This is your character, Bucky.
Oh man.
Whoops, my bad. Oh no.
Fascinating.
As I was saying.
Not the dwarf.
So pushes and pulls we refer to as impulse. Impulse
He's
tech,
mourning him.
and they use a special kind of stuff that we're still kind of working on. That will make them a little more reliable, but yeah, there will be some changes to this kind of stuff. Like
He just keeps whacking them.
I would push them back by at least 4 or 5 meters.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah, that's cool. That looks great.
You can also show disarm if you have a stagger source.
Oh yeah, somebody stagger.
We could maybe come back to these once we get to the abilities that apply those things.
Yeah.
Oh, good
Like this
call.
next one applies humiliated.
That was really cool.
Maddening Dance.
All right, which one is that?
Can you move while casting? It looks like
your
it.
starting ability as a bard.
Get off the stage.
It's a dual function ability that changes depending on whether your target's allied or enemy.
Bard Chucky is going very well.
If your target a friend is, you'll give them, well, Trad's not a friend, but if you target like me, I'm your guy, it'll give me,
You mean target me?
Yeah, target me.
Target me. Other me. Oh yeah, for those of you who don't know, Bucky and I are going to be switching. Obviously, Bucker. That's like a mixed Bucker. Buckaroo. Bucky being the master of the Bard.
Gameplay.
Is playing the Bard today when we move into the
Alright.
states. Okay, so I'm targeting me.
They see something. I was sleeping first hour. October release.
Some direct healing and apply this buff called Glee, which is a
Thank you.
that lasts for a while.
Thank you.
You are amused by the wit of a Bard. Heals for 60% every 2 seconds. Lasting 15 seconds and can be extended up to 30. Okay, interesting. And then it says ridicule target. So for an enemy, it's going to damage them and apply demoralize, which is a multiplier reduced by 10%. Damage multiplier reduced by 10% for 8 seconds. Duration can be extended for up to 20 seconds by subsequent applications. That's cool.
Yeah, so it's kind of like a dual function.
They're gonna
We've seen this before with like
boost it
having judgment and some different abilities here and there. So
further.
kind of
Not the Glee reference. That's actually kind of funny. Guys, as someone who are active 30 years in the genre, at times you should just not draw a comparison between 2 different games to be reductive. Get back half a foot. Flute basher.
And
Yeah, this is when they killed the guy in the chat.
And then now we should try the other effect.
Please don't kill me.
the icon changed.
Corrupted Bard. Imagine.
Oh, that's cool. So as I target friendlies, you can see your friendly icon. Okay, so we got some UI support finally coming in here.
Ooh.
And then we also have...
Look at that.
Now a tomato looks like. Talk to me a little bit about the concept for the tomato.
Oh man, this is something Natalie was just instantly like, oh, we gotta do a tomato toss somewhere in this kit, you know, it was so good.
That's so
Especially
good.
Talking about what the effect would be called, like, you know, what else would demoralize you by getting some tomatoes thrown in your face?
I want to see like a trip status interaction, so you just like fall on your butt when you get hit by this.
Yeah. So
Like just like a knockback,
yeah,
like, or
status,
yeah,
the
to
one
like
that
trip them.
interacts with the knockback on the get off the stage is actually from a different ability, but this would
They're so wildly balanced with each other.
So if you use Maddening Dance after you throw a tomato at them, it'll promote their demoralize to a humiliate.
Oh,
yeah,
I see. Okay.
Blame the healer. What is humiliated?
Yeah.
What do we got?
Oh, yeah, that's cool. So damage dealt reduced by 30% towards targets other than the applier of this effect.
Oh.
So that means as the demoralized target, if it doesn't focus their abilities or effects on me, that it's reducing outgoing damage by 30%.
That's right, yeah. So this is a shared status where...
Okay, so that's actually really cool. So first they have to get demoralized, then they get humiliated. And the way it's working is the person who gets humiliated does 30% damage less to everybody else, except the person who humiliated them. That's actually really, like, I really like that.
Very cool.
That's a good choice.
And the exact interactions where things are, like, might change here and there, you know, like, we're still working on the fear status as well, and I think that could have a really good place on the Maddening Dance, because it more thematically fits as well. But for now, we got this, and it's a pretty good combo.
That's super cool. And by the way, guys, as you're kind of watching this demonstration, obviously you're going to see some bugs here or there. One of the bugs that we have currently, that we're currently working on, is some of our nameplates and targeting plates.
Give me one moment. We're looking over at our
hit point updates.
Stream health.
That's something that we're actively working on right now. Okay, so quick wit, super cool, love it. What's next?
Next up is on the next bar. So this next group of abilities are called the songs. And so these are all single target abilities that are also channeled, but have a variety of effects as well. So this first one here is called Lovely Serenade, and that's kind of just like a heal over time that also applies Glee.
Let me damage you a little bit.
Yeah, we can nuke. Or actually, if you want to heal a friendly, we could use somebody else. Maybe you could heal Brian. Or I'll nuke Brian a little bit so you can heal him up.
Oh, okay. Yeah, there we go. Thank you. Sorry. Oh, how cool is that? Let me add this, and then do it. We're doing it. We're healing Brian.
That's a great combo, of course. You know, increase healing received.
Yeah.
Your target.
Very cool. I like the duality between the archetype designs, right? Obviously, the cleric being the bread and butter of the healing, but having this augmented, bard role to kind of secondary regen / heal effects.
Pivoting back over here.
I think is a very healthy complement in the party comp.
Yeah, we want to give bards a lot of ways.
The bard looks really nice.
Obviously, as our premier support archetype, we want to give them a lot of ways to support all the other archetypes. So they can spec more for a healing support way or a damage support way.
Yeah, so I'm feeling really good about the bard. Based on everything they've shown you, you can have up to 2 melodies going at once. Melodies that can heal and melodies that can increase your move speed, and then they have a lot of utility. This is the utility class. I honestly only saw one ability that had to do with like direct damage, and that was like one of the songs, I think. So in regards to sheer damage output, they don't have a lot of that going on.
That was pretty significant. So that's giving you 25% faster casting speed.
That's fast. It looks like you're going to have a lot of abilities to choose from, which is amazing. So whether or not you're using all of them or the correct ones comes down to a pretty much personal choice.
But yeah, it's a pretty strong DPS bonus to.
It's really nice.
Love it. Here, Dread, you can have some too.
But all in all, for the bard, they have an amazing foundation, and if they stopped developing it right now, it would still be pretty good.
I love that.
I know that as soon as they get that Alpha 2 up and running, they're going to be doing so many balancing changes. Like the first week, second week, third week. Like the Alpha 2 is what is going to make the final launch product, which is why it's such an important thing to actually be able to participate in the Alpha 2. I like how they got the dwarf doing stuff.
Because they're songs, the idea is your character would be singing, but we don't actually want them singing because that would be a chaotic mess. So you'll hear each of those harp sounds, which convey the melody of the actual song that you would be singing.
Love it.
Yeah, I think it turned out great.
That's super cool. Seabit did such a great job with these effects.
Yeah, he killed it.
Okay. After.
All right, what else are we seeing in the chat?
What have we got
Alacrity. Next up, so these are 2 offensive single target songs, so you can use it on Trad.
Poor Trad.
So this next one is called the Chilling Lament, and this is just ticking ice damage, and also stacks up chilled on the target, and has interaction. If they're already frozen, it'll just deal bonus damage instead.
Okay.
So you can kind of.
That's really cool. So you can get some of your ice damage in.
Right?
Ooh,
Look at that.
Chilling.
that's pretty cool. The chilled effect looks great too.
Mm-hmm.
Status condition.
Yeah, that one looks good. They're still iterating a lot of status conditions, but the ones they did for the mage so far are looking really good.
It's actually that's really clean.
That is a harp.
Really? Okay. I like it.
Nice.
Uh,
Yeah.
Yeah, I thought it had a nice haunting tonality to it, which works really well, especially with these attacking abilities.
So you can't necessarily freeze them. You have to rely on your allies to come in with that ice.
I think that's
Or
another one of my favorite visual effects as well.
Yeah, so this one's called the Dark
Ooh.
Lullaby, and this will deal spirit damage, which is kind of a new damage type we were adding, especially once we get to the Summoner too. It might do more spirit damage type stuff. But this is a scaling damage, so it scales up in power, and it also notably won't wake up incapacitated targets. So normally incapacitated targets will break out.
Final hit applies stun for 6 seconds if the target is incapacitated.
Them up. And if the final hit
the one
they're still incapacitated, they become stunned. So it's kind of like a punisher for things that are already sleeping, and you like, you know.
The 1v1 potential on that is crazy.
Correct, yeah.
Yeah, hit me with that first.
Oh yeah, watch this.
Okay.
Sleep.
He's gonna knock him out, and then mega stun him with damage.
Now.
So now I got the stun off, so...
Yeah, normally that would have broken the effect, but because that specific ability has that interaction.
That was so clean.
That's cool.
Some free damage.
That was really good.
But now I'm immune.
Yep. See, the immunity is going to be huge for the overall, like, combat loop.
That looks awesome.
I'm also... Like, they said that it's nowhere near done, but even the music that they've chosen is really nice.
Cool. Okay. Now we have Discord.
So now we're moving on. We have a couple more...
Yeah, see, that seems awful to, like, spend 250 hours as a solo bard. Like, you don't have any friends. Oh, peep the 16,000 people watching.
Yeah. If there was more enemies, these would actually bounce between them and apply stagger to all of them.
Oh, that's crazy. Oh, whoa, whoa,
Yeah, it's kind of just an extra
where'd the
damage
check come
ability
from?
just to give the bard some more damaging spells. And obviously the staggered interactions we saw was with the get off the stage ability had an extra disarm if they're staggered, so it would combo well with that and any other things.
Yeah, they just noticed. See, they're up to 18,000 people now.
I love the little note sounds.
They're so good.
Q4, not Q3, got it. Yep.
I had a lot of fun with this one.
They're
kind of
very
randomized too, right?
responsive.
Yeah, so there's an entire octave that it's choosing between. So
Better than
all
casino
12,
sound.
Notes in there. It's really chaotic when, especially if you have like 3 or more enemies around you, and all the notes are bouncing in between them. It becomes a full discordant mess, living up to its name.
Yeah,
We'll see.
I'll make sure to demo that when we get into this POI.
That's pretty awesome. I do love those notes. It's
Bleach-inspired
like
music.
The stagger
Bard is Elsa, got it.
Also, it feels very responsive.
Yeah, and this one will combo with the get off the stage. So if they're staggered when you hit them with get off the stage, they'll get disarmed. The last building on the last row, one back to the last row. The weapon hit one.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Summoner's what you need to make Necro, right?
Staggered,
Yeah.
Get disarmed. So that's a good combo to discordance them. Then
Yeah, so the way the
hit 'em over the head.
summoner is going to work is basic. You summon a ton of stuff, and there's gonna be some undead stuff you can summon. I think they're gonna have like imps and stuff, and like so. Summoner is how you're gonna get access to your necromancer fantasy.
And knock them back and snare them a little bit. Run away.
That is really nice.
That's awesome.
Yeah, eventually a little extra polish touch we want to make eventually is it actually makes the weapon kind of go away from your hand, but at the moment it's just making
Pirate Raid. Oh yeah, I know that guy. I've watched a lot of his videos on YouTube.
Next up,
That's pretty nice.
So this one is an interesting one. I'm gonna nuke Brian. You have a target to use it on.
Does it show if you're streaming on this?
Is you will swap health with the target. So since Brian is low health, you'll be
Pirate software.
Heal him back up, and you can use it vice versa, and you can only use it on party members. So it's a very risky ability because it'll.
Whoa.
But it can sometimes mean difference between life and death. If your tank's really low, you can gambit, give him some
Whoa.
to him, and save his life.
Their live stream got raided by 14,000 people.
Receive bonus to the target that lost life, so kind of.
That's crazy.
If you lose a bunch of life, you can gain some back. As you can see, it took a lot of your total percent HP to give it. Brian has more health than you, so you're not actually like not gaining health in the process. So
Gambit.
So you kind of very punishing for you, but it helped Brian a little bit, or decently.
Wow, that is a very strong ability.
This one has a longer.
This ability will not reduce either player below. The character loses life in exchange gains solace.
Bright visual effect, because if a bard uses this, you know the bard's low on health, so which targets blow them up.
Yeah, I was gonna
that,
say.
or you know their target's low on health.
Yeah.
Yep.
Right, depending on the type of bard they are.
That was a lot of people in this raid. That's crazy.
Talk about a
That's
troll
crazy.
ability.
Yeah, well, it's party locked at least, so if your bard keeps.
Some bards are going to be known as the Gambit bards.
They're like the risky plays, you know.
I love the effect there. That's super cool.
Yeah, those cards looked great.
That's awesome. That looks very cool. Very nice.
That's cool.
Okay, what do we got next?
All right, so we're on to the last couple abilities here. So these next two abilities are what we're calling stories. And so these are simple party-wide buffs that go out that last for 30 seconds. And they provide you with a theme that you can use to cast a more powerful ability called a saga. So if you use, let's see, your cooldowns are off, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So the first one there is conflict. So this will give everyone just a physical power bonus.
Well, they don't have a warlock, my guy. That's why they don't. Pre-recorded is against Twitch terms of service, as I recall. Oh, it's so funny. What? That's fascinating. Did anybody reply? I'm waiting to hear about this too. I hear Bard and I go back to my golden days. Thor sent me. Hey, I can raid with all one of you. All one people watching. Saw a fire truck today. That's nice. What the? Oh, it's a tail. That looks like a worm. The Dota Terrorblade ult. I like how everybody like makes one comparison from one thing to another.
So now I have 3 tragedies, which has activated my saga.
Yeah, so right now we just got one of these done so far, but the
saga.
tragedies...
Pause. Complete your tale with the grand finale, consuming all of your current themes. The specific saga you have access to is determined by the combination of your current themes. Oh. Apocalypse. Enemies in front of you will be hit for a ton of damage. That's insane.
Behind, dealing 30% fire damage each second and lasts for 8 seconds. That's significant.
That's really cool.
Yeah, so since this has such a long charge up time and cooldown because of that, you know, we're giving it a pretty powerful effect as like, you know, a big battlefield.
Okay, let me light this forest on fire.
Oh.
Yeah, make sure Trad's gonna be hurt.
Kids, don't do this at home. And what is that? What is that phrase that they use for forest fires? I can't remember.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Only you can prevent forest fires.
Thank you.
You can prevent.
Okay.
Oh my god!
That's pretty gnarly.
That's so awesome. Oh, that is so
I hope they have
cool.
God mode on. Otherwise, that did nothing.
That's correct, yeah. So you'll have to spend the next
Party members lose
minute or 2 to get them back up for your next saga.
Okay.
Oh, wow. That looks great, Siva. Holy smokes.
It turned out awesome.
That is unbelievable.
Increase physical power by 10%. Nearby party members gain conflict. Last 30 seconds. I like the outstanding flaming effect too.
Great. So I mean that takes a lot of setup though, because as you said, the cooldown on these
I hope that it ends up doing enough damage though.
Stories are 30 seconds. So at least 90 seconds.
I want to see the other sagas.
It's also pretty mana intensive as well. So if you're spamming this on cooldown, you'll go in pretty quick.
God, yeah. You might want to start pumping your pensive melody.
So good. So good. And I saw an earlier iteration that I think Siva's still working on, where it actually burns down like a castle. It's like a pop-up book.
Yeah, exactly. That's kind of what we were going for. It's like a story pop-up book where, there's like a whole scene that kind of plays out. But
okay.
Yeah, still iterating on that, but I think it's off to a great start.
That's pretty cool. All right. Is there anything else we should take a look?
The fact that every time they walk past a bush and it moves is amazing.
I think we're doing
name one other MMO. There's probably one, but name three.
I think we covered things mostly. There's just some other, passive bonuses to different abilities. Oh yeah, we can go into Resonant Weapon really quick. That's kind of like the Bard's weapon combo proc.
Okay.
We want to do really quick.
Yeah.
So this ability, it's passive you get pretty early on, and it'll give your weapon combo a different proc effect based on which of your current melodies are active.
Oh my.
With Cheerful Melody active, for example, it'll give a little automatic heal to a nearby ally on your weapon combo finishers.
Well, that's cool. Okay, so the Bard gets these passive kind of secondary benefits.
Yeah, they get cathartic one.
Weapon attacks.
Deal bleed damage and apply wounded.
A lot of different classes too. A lot of our classes have this kind of concept of weaving back and forth with.
This is really neat.
And your abilities and making that.
So you have a class skill tree, a weapon skill tree,
kind of the Bard's version of that
skill book, skill tree, and a universal one. I like the concept of the universal.
Let me find this Mycelia.
Oh yeah, so
this Mycelette,
procs with that one,
the best a man can get.
I think menacing music or cathartic music have an offensive proc.
He aggroed it. Oh. Oh.
Yeah, so he got wounded from that weapon combo finisher with cathartic. Reduces the healing he receives.
I love the spellbook.
Yeah, it looks so cool. Spellbook's also an AoE. It's a ranged AoE weapon. If you guys want to talk about that a little bit, Brian.
Yeah.
The spellbook is going to be my favorite.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, so this is actually the second iteration of the spellbook, or third if you count the APOC book.
Okay, so in their live stream development update for July, they're unveiling a new weapon type called the spellbook. And I think the only other magical weapon type that they have currently is called a wand. So
weapon group alongside the greatsword, so it's focused on slow, chunky attacks that deal a good amount of damage per hit. It's also, like Bucky mentioned, the first weapon with a splitting projectile. So it's going to be the first ranged weapon that has a little bit of AoE capability baked in.
Oh.
So the first target will get hit for a good amount of damage, and then it'll split for minor damage.
It looks like it's like shooting pages off.
If there are any nearby.
Look at this group right
here.
here.
Than that, though, it's the first self-animating weapon. So it's not attached like normal to a character's socket. Well, it is technically, but that's not really for the normal purposes of how you.
Well, they're letting the Bard solo this.
And it's animating by itself instead of based directly off what the character's doing. That's a challenge that Matt
they're
was
doing
able to
pretty
figure out
decent.
and make look super awesome.
Oh,
not bad.
This does look great.
All right, now, man. Now you use your cheerful melody, and then you heal back up.
Tome look to it, right? Obviously, as you said in the past, we had that that one-handed kind of book look, and that's relatively standard, right? That's a safe route to go when it comes to anime.
Yeah, when you're animating a skill book to be as like your spell book, yeah, that looks really good.
It's a great look to it.
Yeah, I definitely love that you pushed us to do a little bit more with it, take it a little bit further, because
I also like how they said it's going to be the equivalent of a greatsword, but for a ranged weapon. So there will be some cleave AoE to the spell book, which is just really cool. I mean, I can't think of really many other games that have a ranged AoE. Which is why they said it has like a splitting attack.
Some supporting animations and visual effects on the caster, but it's very minor compared to what's playing on the book.
Okay, now he's also healing himself back up.
And some other stuff that we'll get into whenever the skill tree is in a more showable state is through the skill tree you'll have access to elemental status effects, mana recovery effects, passive stat effects, and combo damage increasing effects. That's actually all active in how he's spec'd out now.
The customization is dope.
It's a little bit messed up, so we can't show it.
To say the least.
That's super cool. That looks awesome. Okay, well, I think we might be ready to delve into the story side of this, perhaps. And Bucky, I would love...
That was very nice.
Seats with me. I am literally seated behind Bucky. And I'm going to walk in front of this desk and sit down on the mage. And Bucky, I'm going to hand over the reins of the bard to your very capable hands. So give us one moment, and while we do that, perhaps we could talk a little bit about the types of NPCs we're going to see here. And I know we saw some undead. Doug, talk to me a little bit about what's the story behind this stuff.
Yeah, so we saw a skeleton. And
that's actually really neat.
Skeletons here. I think this is the first time we're showing them off.
Very neat.
And with the skeleton being such a common, fantasy undead NPC that we're going to see throughout.
All right, well, I'm trying to look at some more comments that they got. Need more keys. You have tens of thousands wanting in on alpha. Yes, sir.
Buffs and
amen.
Sort of effects that they can spawn in with. So some skeletons will have like an effect, the spirit of the undying on them, and if you see this indicated by sort of red glowing eyes and a buff icon, you know that they're going to resurrect with some health when they die. So you have to kind of keep that in mind. Some of them will spawn with shields in their hands, some of them without shields in their hands. We're going to see a few that are here that are actually risen farmers, so they're actually going to have farm tools. And then we might see some other variants later on, some reapers, which are more powerful skeletons with scythes and wearing robes, and they have a totally different set of abilities available to them. So
very cool. That is going to be a lot of fun. And Bucky, you were talking to me a little bit about kind of the story behind Darigal. Obviously, this is an ancient and old land. So prior to the apocalypse, talk to me a little bit about what Darigal Estates was all about and why we have these dead farmers.
Yeah, so...
Oh, look, they're trying to craft a little story world.
This is the lore that's been granted to me, the download. But the gist of the story is that...
What's the lore?
Darigal family used to live here way back before, they left for Verra, or they left Verra. And they were kind of a rich family that, had a big farm here and a bunch of houses. But after the return to Verra, we came back. Humans kind of initially populated the area and started farming again, but then more recently, goblins are now in the area and started doing necromancy and raising all the farm hands, and it's causing a lot of evilness in general. I'm actually gonna go grab the quest really quick. I think this guy right here, Rondo, has a quest for us.
Rondo. Okay, Rondo. I like his name.
Why you are for one?
Corner Sharp.
Yes. So here's his quest. Let's see. Called what? Yes, it's called Darigal Estates. Historically known as a source of pure essential water. Oh, okay. Maybe that's why the goblins moved in. Yeah, you gotta read the quest here. Yes.
They really are trying to build up a world here.
Yep,
and
so
that's
it's been overrun with goblins.
Very apparent.
Everywhere, so he wants us to get in there and kill some goblins and quiet the lesser lords of Darigal that have been summoned because the goblins have been shaking up this land and performing evil.
Not even greater lords or lesser lords?
I feel like the way it's going to end up working with the node system is that they'll try to program it so I don't know if Darigal Estates needs aid, and then you'll have a bunch of players rushing to this area to assist with
in the party.
helping out.
Brad, I'm sorry, buddy.
And so when the whole like node clears it up, oh, look at, is that a goblin? It's a creeper. No, it's undead.
Let me catch you up to the group, Tread.
The epic melody.
I mean, these poor skeletons are just out here farming their life away. And we are interrupting.
Being in a party this huge is awesome.
Collateral damage.
We just pulled a bunch of goblins.
Yeah, dude, switch. You gotta switch that 10% more. I'm telling them how to play a bard here.
Right.
Do the 10% more damage taken. Oh, they got a mini boss.
Trivial monsters. If only there was a greater challenge up ahead.
I know, right?
If only.
If only.
This is really
Oh my
cool.
God, they have a star next to their name.
Oh, what are these stars?
Typically that means elite unit.
So yeah, this was the first live stream. I'll be showing off our elite system.
Ah, there it is.
And as you would expect, the star rank means that they are stronger, more dangerous. There's going to be 1 stars out here, and there's going to be some 2 stars inside as well. So definitely take this encounter a bit more seriously than the enemies we might have found up until now.
Dude, I am so ready
Brian, we should
to
probably
jump
have
into
you
groups, explore the
pull
world, and
what we need
assisting
to
my
pull.
party. I'm gonna hate
We got
myself if
2
I end up
stars
playing the
like
bard
Marsilian here.
because
Watch out for
of
his knockback.
I won't be able to like solo anybody like a
Demoralizing with the
rogue, you know,
tomato in the face.
backstabs. But
They hate that.
the way this bard is
They might
playing
like the tomatoes, actually.
really
give him
hits
a
the
buff,
kind
no.
of class that I like. Being able to utility support, do a lot of damage, do a lot of healing, do a lot of regen.
Oh, that was so pleasant, actually. Your little harp.
I'm noticing
Yes.
everybody's like health pool. I know they're also helping damage.
I love the lighting in here.
Being able to do all of that
Yeah, they did a great job.
is huge.
Looks all like nice and weathered.
Ooh.
All the overgrowth on the mill as well.
Oh my.
Yeah, no
Oh,
wonder
he
these
switched
guys are
over
getting
to
in here.
the
This place is
mage.
damp.
All right, we're back on the bard.
Makes sense.
I'm trying to notice the buffs at
Pull
the
some
top.
mobs down after this.
All right, so he's got
Are we
his
going upstairs? or-
mana
Yeah,
regen
we're going
melody.
upstairs.
I think the guy we're looking for is upstairs.
Gonna let
That's really
Brian
good.
Pull down carefully. Then I think we can go up until the left.
So this is what the group content's gonna look like.
Okay, we're making good work of this.
Alright, yeah, you can move up into the left. We'll
Bro's
use
gotta
this
get that
light
cheerful
up.
melody going. Start healing everybody.
Haven.
Yes.
So this is a 6-man group, and I'm pretty sure they said is 8-man.
Grass too, Bucky.
Okay. Oh. No, you guys can
I
mark.
got it.
Oh,
Got it,
nice.
the hotkey.
I got an axe. Axe, dude.
Maybe somebody will
Switch my
answer me.
bars a little bit.
Hopefully, I'll get like a notification.
You guys are doing great.
He's
we're
respecing
good.
it a little bit. That's funny.
Pretty good here. Not too bad.
Or he's changing his bar
we got
mid-fight
there.
in true MMO fashion.
I can imagine what it'd be like with that one.
Me neither.
The bard definitely makes my job easier.
Oh, there he is.
What is this?
The Everlasting Sower. So this is one of the lords of Daragal. Ancient
Ooh.
lords come to repopulate his land.
Come to re.
Yes.
Repopulate.
He's come to re at what the goblins
Not
have
to
done to his
repopulate.
land.
Reap what the goblins have sown, if you will.
Got it. He's a sower.
Well done.
Wait, no, he's the
Oh,
sower.
no.
Did we like piss off all his friends? 'Cause now
Yes,
they're-
Man, this group's got it. This group's got it.
Oh no, I was trying to loot him. He just jumped back up.
Oh, how'd he come back to life?
This is some really
Yeah,
good
so
party
the,
gameplay.
The skeletons have a chance to have the effect that they will resurrect if they're killed. So you can notice it ahead of time. Via
By the
buff
glowing red
icon
eyes.
Or via the red glowing eyes. And actually, these Reapers can also steal
Oh.
the resurrection effect from nearby other simpler skeletons. And they did that because you guys pulled those other skeletons, so this Reaper's gonna come back again. You might want to kill off his friends first. He's just
Oh,
gonna get another.
Damn, he
resurrection
just
Alright, so don't focus the so
This is some really
Tori
good
and Bucky are getting
content.
low on
Oh my goodness.
Sun guy has a
Which my
resurrection
mana
as well.
song.
Kill this sun guy.
They all got like really low, but the Bard is helping keep them going.
Sun.
Doing good, recovered.
So he's making sure everybody's got that passive mana regen,
Alright,
and he's also helping heal, while also improving the damage that they do.
Excellent.
Chilling Lament.
I'm back on the sun again.
I get it, man. Even the Bard's got low
Let's see if I
mana.
can loot him. Ah, yes. I got the Seeds of Prosperity.
Yeah, so when you're encountering a Reaper with multiple other skeletons, it's good to make sure that you kill each of the skeletons with a resurrection effect, at least one. So
That looked like that was so enjoyable.
Okay, let's get out of here.
So you got the seeds?
This way I think is good, Brian.
Oh look, it's winter.
Side exit. This will lead us to the next
Apparently.
objective. I'm just gonna sit and drink for.
I'm looking at the top right hand corner.
I think this is a safe spot to recover.
Take a breather.
Where'd you guys go?
Oh no! We went out a little door.
Yeah, there you go.
I was looting. Sorry.
That's important. Oh.
Did anybody comment on my
okay.
post?
It's very nice. This PLA looks awesome.
So we've
I'm
got
ready.
the seed.
Now we have to investigate the warehouse. That's next on the quest.
That's
The
east,
grid.
right?
Yeah.
You
it's
can
a
kind of
big
see it
building
out there in the distance, yeah.
I guess like southeast, yeah. I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Huzzah!
Alright, here we go.
Yeah. Oh. Yeah, we're ahead. Got some goblins over here.
Well, look at that.
Disarm them.
They're clearing the outside now.
Oh,
This
we got
guy's
a
helping
around
heal.
here. I'm gonna try and sleep him. Oh, you got broken up.
I like being able to see this like.
Yeah, careful, this guy's a 3-star. I mean, a 2-star, excuse me.
Oh, they got a 3-star.
Where's the 3-star?
Sorry, 2-star.
Okay.
2-star.
See, I'm like with here, Steven.
My God, what a monster!
If you hear him laugh, you should run away.
Oh, I heard him laugh.
No.
Oh my God.
One. Ah!
Oh my.
Can I interrupt him? Ah!
Oh,
You can indeed. Nice miss.
that's so clean.
We did it.
Man, I could really trip you guys up just by doing that laugh whenever I want, since that's my voice.
Wait, was it really?
Wow,
That was so good. That was on the spot too.
Whole reason
No doubt in my
I'm an
mind.
audio guy. Be able to do that.
That's so funny. They recorded his voice, or like he's the voice of the enemy they just fought, and so he can like troll them by just doing it whenever. That's funny.
Cool building. What's in here?
The lighting is
The
insane.
warehouse.
more
Some
mobs.
goblins. Maybe
Oh,
careful, you go in there.
no.
What
Oh, no.
what the mage aggro him?
I had no idea. There's a lot.
There was an ambush.
We're gonna need marks. We need marks on which ones. Who's marking?
I'm too busy dancing.
We need marks.
That's
Okay, I got a
good.
mark.
It's alright.
This looks
Stay-
fun. I like
I'm
the
on
like
the
sheer
sun.
chaos going
On
on.
the sun.
Don't stand in the green.
Are they marking
Staying
everybody?
in it just a little bit.
I wonder if somebody's in charge of that,
Shot's gotta go.
or if that's being automatically done. Oh man. The mage AoE.
So can I. Haha.
Oh, is he gonna?
Is this Battle of the Bards?
Yes, I'm the best bard though.
Oh, I got a dog on me.
You guys got this. Let me just move my bars around some more. Yes.
So glad he's changing his bar mid game.
Okay, that wasn't too bad.
Yeah, we need to fight into there all the way up to the second floor though.
Yeah, let's go.
Let's keep this train moving.
Yes, sir.
Shot, this guy has a resurrection.
That Risen Bone Guard keeps getting shield.
It's powerful.
Yeah, need to do some burst damage to him to break his shield or
stun
let
him.
him get into melee range.
Nice. Oh no. Steven's getting borked.
I got another dog, another bork.
Look at that. They're just running through this content. Oh wow. Notice how it's taken them a second to level up. However, they are just grinding mobs. So I would like to assume that would be like probably the least. But they started this whole situation at like just level 10. I'm happy that they have the
Very nice.
Should we all head up?
Well done.
Yeah, coming up.
Oh, there's there he is.
Who is it?
look at that.
Thanks, Daddy.
He is our next. He has the salt of the land.
Where is he?
Quest. That's it.
Kill the shamans first.
Here we go.
Oh, gotten some
Oh yes, glorious.
look at that classic Bard just popping off with that damage.
Yeah, kill this guy.
Oh, I see him. Okay, I got him.
We
I
got
got him.
Warlord Silvertooth from downstairs.
Oh no.
Taking a swing on the Bard.
And you pull the shaman from the window.
Here, the thing is, the
Oh,
Bard
no.
can successfully like keep him at bay. Oh man,
We can do this. We can do this.
this is a really.
We got it.
I'll dance at you guys. Oh, he's doing his move.
Run away, run away.
Oh, Brian.
Brian's not looking so good. This guy keeps pulling
I'm out of
in
mana.
true MMO
I'm out
fashion.
of mana.
Oh
Switching
yeah,
to mana song.
do the mana song.
Oh, I'm really low on mana.
Tread.
Oh no.
I'll sing you a serenade. Oh, more goblins from below. Not too bad though.
We need a target.
You gonna shield? Yeah. See, he's on it.
God. I'm
And is
so low on
increasing their
mana right now.
invasion.
All right, switching back to the music.
No, I'm seriously noticing all this like this
I'm
utility.
just gonna res here. Getting hit by too
Oh, I'm
many.
down.
Brian's done. Is this a wipe?
It's down.
All right. Oh, and I fell through the ground.
Oh no. Okay.
no,
Wait,
no.
no.
He's out of mana.
No.
Oh, he's powerful.
Is this a wipe?
Yeah, I don't know. We need to get. Did we get Brian back up?
No.
Oh no, the Reaper's back too.
Somebody, can we get a stealth res on Brian?
What the bork?
No such thing as a stealth res.
Can we just get a res on Brian?
Maybe we should
Keep
fall
training.
back.
No, keep training them while we get the res. While we get the res, we need a res.
I can't stop the res. Are you kidding me?
What? Yes.
Bro,
stealth
you gotta
res, try
keep
to res
that mana going.
Oh god.
Everything is on.
I'm jumping. I'm sorry.
Okay, jump off.
Into the mobs?
We'll reset. Brian, we'll come and get you.
Oh god.
Oh, this is a wipe.
Is safe.
I'm
Yup.
kind of hiding behind. Oh, nope.
Congratulations on the wipe.
Here we
Dang.
go. We're over here. Let's
doing
let's pick
Or?
up Brian as soon as we can.
Should I run back?
No, hold on. Wait for us. Let's see if we can get you.
The sheer survivability
Just take it easy.
is amazing.
But you guys could probably clear through.
Revenant. I've got the Revenant Reaper is very low.
All right, if we kill this guy,
Try to kill the
We,
Revenant Reaper.
I'd incapacitate him if I could.
Yeah, try to kill him.
Oh, he's got 11 health. 11 health.
okay, we killed him.
Okay.
Is he coming back though?
I got the salt of the land.
All right. We're gonna get Brian back up. Hold on.
We're doing it live.
We're doing it live.
Technically pre-recorded.
Just stay around this tree. Focus fire.
For the love of God, change to the mana.
Okay, next up, Risen Bone Guard.
There it is. He actually did it. Ooh, that one had a blue loot drop.
Okay, we're close.
I'm the tank, I guess.
Let me whip out my
There you go,
Discord.
Bard tank.
Brian. They're
Let's
pissed
take
at
a
the
peep
bar.
at it.
There we go.
Notice the chicken corrupted.
All right.
All right, let's get our
Wow.
mana back, and then we'll go pick up Brian.
Good plan.
I cannot believe they survived that.
That was chaotic, but you know what? All we lost was the tank, and the tank is dispendable.
Thank you,
why you're always supposed to
expendable.
go.
Oh, I got an
That's
upgrade off
right.
that. I got
That's
an
why we
upgrade.
always get the
I'm a-
fattest loot. It's okay.
That's
Part
right.
of the deal.
Exactly.
I got some blue leather bracers off that shaman. Put those.
Heck yeah.
Okay.
3 minutes till release, by the way.
Okay, stand by. So, my opinion, let's mantle up. Let's mantle up over here.
Oh, yes, parkour.
That's crazy.
Hardcore parkour.
Parkour's
All
the
right,
answer.
here we go. I think we can mantle up right here.
Oh yeah. Oh yeah.
Bro, literally, this guy literally made a
I
video.
like this new mantle, by the way. I just want to call that out.
Alpha 2 released announced.
Oh no.
How long is it?
Oh no.
Did you jump in the side?
8 minutes?
Yeah, it's okay. It's okay.
What?
It's okay.
What?
Alright, we're upstairs. Oh, there's a lot of. Oh boy, Steven.
I'll make like a
It's
3-minute
okay.
video
No, it's
talking
okay. It's
about
okay. I'm
it.
gonna mantle.
You have to really spam it, Tread.
There we go. I made it up.
Spamming,
I
dude.
made it up.
I love how they're still trying to get Brian
Oh my
up.
God, the mobs made it up with me.
Yeah, for that shaman, there's a couple creep. Oh, there's stuff roaming in.
All right, I'm killing the one on me.
We just need to get
Hot dog,
there's a
hot
bunch of
dog,
Oh my
hot
God.
diggity dog.
Oh,
I'm coming over to you guys. I'm coming over to you guys.
Not the entire Envious Guild.
Let's AoE them down.
oh, that's huge.
Okay.
Alright, I
That's
think I
valid.
can get a res. Working on it.
Just go for it.
Bucky heal
You
while
got
I'm
it.
doing this.
You got it.
Oh, yeah,
You
I'll
got
heal.
it.
I'm healing.
It's
We
happening.
just, steal.
I love the fact you can resurrect in combat.
He's up.
Nice.
I feel like if you can, you should be able to.
Recovery.
Look at that. We did it.
Wow.
We were so ingenious.
If I had
Perseverant.
if I had a nickel for every time I've done that in an MMO, I'd have like
Couple dollars.
several dollars.
That doesn't make it special.
All right. Well, we got the salt of the land from the Reaper. So now we just need to go to the manor next. Right?
All right, let's
That's
do it.
That's how
that's
the
Jumping off.
amazing.
Banner. That kind of sounds a little foreboding.
Yes. That's where the
You got some
glorious
friends. You
lords
made
are
some
from.
friends, Brian. Hold on.
Ow, that stupid little mushroom child.
My least favorite kind of child.
A mushroom child.
Make
A
sure you
child.
dodge when they die.
My second least.
Oh, yeah. Is there any update on their
So you
shop?
found loot from F
No.
to G.
Unfortunate. Unfortunate.
Gross.
That's the one that's messing with you?
I want to take a
Boy,
peep
see
of our
the banner.
live stream.
But you can definitely see the difference
For
in the
future reference,
population
of course.
in terms of rank, like from the interior spaces to the exterior spaces.
Oh yeah, for sure.
Good content.
I love these
Currently live. 25 views,
gates.
7 likes.
What happened here? What story does this place tell?
Dude, I want to know the lore.
It's a great question.
wholesome for that.
For players to find out.
That's
They venture
right.
through here themselves.
This is where it just like fades to black.
Ooh, look at this manor. How
We're going back towards
cool.
an interior, so
Alright, I'm taking a peep
expect more fierce
over at the
resistance.
stream.
Yes.
Good
There's a
engagement.
bone
Must
guard.
behave accordingly.
Yes. Concurrent viewers, yeah, alright. We had 5 at one point. That's pretty good.
That second Risen Bone Guard has the Spirit of the Undying, so prepare for a res.
Oh, I see that. This enemy will resurrect when defeated.
Yeah, it's you can see his glowing red eyes as well. That's another indicator.
Nice.
It's like the 3rd time they've had to say that.
He's back.
That's pretty goofy that they've had to say that 3 times, but
Pulled some more from inside. But then worked
to the
on
to
producing
the very developers. Just looking at a couple things.
Oh, whoa.
Jump into the Excited Seekers.
There's a sighted seeker on me.
Oh, I'll get him. I'm gonna go interrupt him. Ha!
Man, I just want to be playing this.
And Steven instantly broke it.
Oh, my bad, my bad.
like-
Here,
I
here,
have,
I'll
like,
put him to
some
sleep, I'll
on
put him to
me.
sleep, I'll put him to sleep.
I would kill them quickly.
Oh, no.
Are they about to get exploded?
Oh, the gambit saved him.
Did you save him with
Gambit.
Gambit?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, look out for the green cloud.
Even my-
It's making people.
Oh yeah, that's not good.
I think it's fascinating. They can see their allies' health bars.
Here.
Yeah, let's break in the
After this
courtyard.
guy.
Let's break in the,
Resting the MP is a good idea.
let's break in the courtyard and just kind of take in the view.
It's a nice
That's
courtyard.
quite nice.
Thank you, I agree.
Yes, I'd say
Glad they
inside
see it's
here,
my
the
way.
cultists are a priority target because they're not elites, but they do a decent amount of damage and they don't have too much health.
Look at how beautiful this is in here.
Yeah, it looks super cool. I love the stained glass windows up there.
I'm digging those windows too. They look good. I know Chance did a great
I mean, yeah,
job
they had to
with this.
design all this.
Looking good.
So, it's honestly really impressive. Good for them.
All right.
Good for Brian.
I think we're ready.
Guess we're going through here to the left.
You
Up
wanna
the
go that
stairs.
way? Okay.
Yeah, I think this way's good.
Trying to soften up the room a little bit by pulling out what I can.
Yeah, no
Nice.
kidding.
This place is nasty. I think this guy's gonna res, but just bring him in if he
Yep.
does.
He is indeed.
We going in?
We're
Yeah,
looking
yeah,
at our stream still. If I had a nickel every time, you'd have at least 3 nickels, Mr. Alex. Even though I know who Alex is.
Oh,
Oh, my little discordant notes started bouncing. Oh yeah, the poison's still here. Careful.
I'm gonna sleep this guy, the Undying Servant over here. He's asleep.
He's the one doing the poison
Nice.
over here as well.
Okay, I got this guy over here. I'm on the axe target.
One sec, singing to myself, a beautiful serenade. I feel loved.
Just peeking
Yeah, you
around,
gotta
looking
pep
at all
yourself
this.
You gotta pep
A little
yourself
self-love
up.
goes a long way.
Little love goes a long
Alright, we're
way.
doing it.
Alright.
Next guy's up here, the tiller. Wait,
Let's deal with the smaller enemies first.
yeah, this is good. Clear this room out.
Oh, there's a lot in here.
I'm gonna do the saga.
Our time down here.
Seeker.
Oh my
Ooh,
god!
Yeah.
Yes.
Well played.
That
Look at the
was
boss room.
nice.
They're also all level
From the
10.
back.
So the fact that they're like fighting
I'm
all of
getting
these
Low mana now, though.
and doing the as well as they are. See, notice they're level
Put a little ball
14s
lightning
and
down
stuff
there.
too.
Doing
So
some
different
damage.
areas in the zones are going to be at different levels.
Perfect.
Versus like scaling that you typically see nowadays in most
I
MMOs.
will do the gambit.
Oh,
Nice.
Oh lord.
every time I'm casting a heal, he's like dampens
Keep
his
casting,
magic.
dude. He's low.
I am.
I'll dance
I would
for you.
be shocked if it wasn't
Dance
working
for
through the
me.
wall. I like that
Dance for me,
shield aura.
clown.
All right, can we rest now?
Yes.
First we gotta loot, then we can rest.
Ah, super based.
Me too.
I love the lighting. This looks great.
That is really nice.
Beautiful.
I know they're only streaming in
I
1080p.
know.
This is probably recorded in 720. So it doesn't look as nice as it will.
Oh, let me sit down here. Oh, well, that's not. Sit down over here.
Look out for the tiller. Just right around the corner.
Oh, the timeless tiller. There he is.
Oh,
We need his
shoot.
watchful eye.
He's a
It's the
two-star.
last piece before we can summon.
Sounds great. Sounds are a bit borked on the in general thing you see in here aren't work in progress. What
That
else
sounds
is
foreboding.
an alpha?
Also watch behind. Big mobs spawn in there.
It's depressing how many times they have to say,
I'm
this
ready
is
to
an
move.
alpha.
I'm gonna pull him into this room.
Oh, I just walked right into that.
Trognardar,
Just slice my
so
neck.
correct.
Watch out, that scythe isn't for decoration.
Oh, he
Correct,
really
my
hit that.
guy.
Oh wait, where'd he go? Oh, there he is.
It's right here.
Oh no.
Just hiding in the cabinet.
Oh, he doesn't even have the res buff.
Yep. He's not guaranteed to have one.
Okay, cool.
I love this guy just dropping all of his info. Game looks great, especially the alpha, especially for alpha. I'm excited to get my hands on it. Bard is wonderful, except for the book. Enjoy the stream.
Nice.
There's so much to unpack there. Guy's been walking for a while.
Even corner two. Look at that.
Nice. Oh wait.
Yeah. So also another thing to mention, as
Watch fly.
this looks arguably balanced for the most part. Like they're struggling a little bit for sure, but they are level 10 and everything else is like level 14, and most stuff is showing up as a part of the epic system. So like that Risen Bone Guard in the back is an epic unit, or elite, sorry. I love the AoEs that show up that you have to avoid.
Chain pull.
Nice. I had to gambit your health to me. Hope you didn't mind.
I gotta say, Brian, for a wee little dude, you're doing a good job.
Cleric, it looks like.
What's that supposed
What's
to
the
mean?
name?
Mighty in stature, mighty in spirit.
That's
Alright,
right.
did anybody reply to my thing?
Concentrated.
I mean, me?
Looks way better than New World. Yeah, you're right.
This is home
2 weeks.
territory. Nice and comfy.
Skeletons.
Even has a nice
Oh.
dwarf roll. It's glorious.
Take out the Sundying Servant.
Oh, what do we got down here?
A lot of pain.
Oh.
If you get life drains, stun
I
him
think a
or,
week.
get away.
So that's the servant doing that?
Wait, that's actually
Yeah,
wild.
snap. It's on you right now, Bucky. Just get
What
away
else
from
is?
Oh no, Brian's getting hurt.
Oh god.
Man, they're getting
it.
it.
Somebody's on another
They
pull.
stuff rocked.
Well, listen, you told me to run away, I ran.
Oh guys, this might be TPW. This might be
no,
TPW.
run.
We should move out. We should run.
Run!
I can't even see where to run.
Oh, look, he's casting Epic Melody to get him out. Bro outpaced them.
Okay.
He outpaced them. He
Let's
should
get out
have
here.
stayed
Let's-
and bubbled
Oh no,
and
there's a
continued.
kidnapper. There's a kidnapper. I'm gonna sleep him. I'm gonna try to sleep.
The kidnapper didn't aggro us.
Keep running down the driveway here.
If the bard got a little closer, you could incapacitate them while it
I'll run
He
with you
did.
guys. Stand by.
Ooh,
keeps the
Bard
book
speed
still
showcase.
floating.
Yes. We were showcasing it there for a moment. Let's go.
Bucky's
going
already
so
back.
well.
Notice?
Was perfect though.
No, actually,
I'm to try to kill this Risen Bone Guard. I'm all out of mana though.
they're on the other
Yeah, it's
side
because you
of
don't
the
get your
line.
bard.
What's the play here, guys? Should we just run through?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Run
let's
around?
try to go through.
Dang.
Well, if you guys want to meet us at the well,
We should. Can we
That's an
res?
option.
Can we res Tori?
well, we're running over to you guys. We're just gonna try and run through to
Oh,
meet
okay,
you guys.
okay. We have Tori.
There's no timeline. Oh, lighting is currently. Oh, look, they got the Steven guy. He's talking. Three-point dwarf, Elder Scrolls, Alpha Development, not concerned. Tank should be renamed Guardian. That's a good question. However, Mark is banned on this chat. Got him. Sweet. All work in progress. Hit the forums with feedback. Is there any more to this? Somebody else message? Great tanking. Bard pulling it. I is a alpha, and we know that you and your team work hard on your baby. Okay. They're throwing. Dwarf down, I repeat, dwarf down, yeah. There's 5 players. Just getting caught up on all the chat. Looks a lot better on YouTube, actually. Not so much visual distortion. Hold your opinions. Bruh. Noobs. JK. No. Yeah, they're just showing like the low level stuff. Like they don't want to get too crazy. This is called Ashes of Creaiton. They're not gonna do that animation. Whoa, 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 whoa. Look at that.
Yeah, I like that.
You should jump a little more.
They were swimming. Sick. I wonder if they can go like, yeah, I think I've seen gameplay of them being like able to like dive down. Can't wait to explore this world. 10K viewers for a game that isn't even in alpha yet. Crazy. Play stupid games with win stupid prizes. Yes, sir. Alright, any other... Oh. Healbot. Want to buy Healbot add-on. That's funny. Swimming too fast. Honestly, it looks like they sped it up. Hobbit tank. Bro, we don't even got an official Alpha 2 day yet. Okay, thank you. Yeah, come back in a couple years, pal. Oh, I'm actually caught up. Alright.
This is a huge well.
Not bad. So they're gonna keep showcasing the Bard's gameplay, and everybody's like, yeah, show us more game time. So that's what they're gonna keep doing here. I'll probably call it here once now we've hit the 2-hour mark. I'll keep this stream short and concise and perfect. But this has been the July developmental update. It is July 31st, 2024. I think this is pretty... If this is what the Alpha 2 is going to look like, it's in a pretty good state. And this isn't even, like... This is even a quarter of the content. They have the node system, mayoral system, people crafting, people gathering, people... Well, it's technically, it might be a quarter, actually. Well, no, you have the sieges, the defenses. Everybody's going to be doing something. And it's just nice to see that this is relevant. So... It looks like it's in a good state. Final thoughts on the Bard. Or, here, let me think about it a little bit more. Keep watching while I think about it.
It's like the 4th time you said Taskmaster.
Mindless Taskmaster.
So just to be clear, we're summoning the Taskmaster.
Yep.
The master of tasks.
Let me see here.
He's a master of tasks.
It says a tarnished plaque at the base of the statue reads, "Eternal praise to our Lord Taskmaster, keeper of Darigal's essential water." Or well. Are you guys ready? I'm summoning him.
Oh, are they actually gonna do a boss fight? Alright, we'll stay around for this.
3-star.
Ooh.
And now Hauser,
oh my god.
He's roaming in.
Oh my.
There's a bunch of them.
Take them out.
We need targets.
Kill any of the skeletons with the buff. Yeah, probably just kill the ads first, then kill the boss.
Okay.
Ads and the boss. That's a good guess.
Yeah.
Darigal Taskmaster. Oh, he's the tier 3.
Oh yeah, that's a good idea. You can follow up with the mage sleep, Steven.
Okay. Following with the mage sleep.
Oh, he's already out.
Oh, And I'm sleeping him
Just
in
don't
3,
hit him,
2,
don't hit him.
1. He slept.
Yeah, don't hit him.
They don't have a subscribe button. Kind of stinks.
He's only asleep for 2 more seconds.
Oh, look at this.
I'm gonna slow
Someone
him.
used the bouncing thing.
You're gonna have to kill him.
I don't know who that could have been.
Somebody, yeah.
Yeah. Which
Rain
bard
of
did that?
Bone. He's using Rain of Bone.
Look at that. That's really nice. They're having a
think
24-hour
about the
live
bones.
stream.
Stay on the Taskmaster, I think.
If we kite him out, I can try and sleep him.
These are great
It's
buttons.
not gonna last long enough. He's getting too much resistance, I think. You're gonna have to kill him. Run away, run away.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
I like how it's verified though.
Ooh, Brad.
Whose idea was it to pull a 2-star and a 3-star?
The Taskmaster's gonna res.
All of ours.
I think we should just kill
The Bard.
player first. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm menacing him. Oh, Brian, that's big damage.
Fortify up for a second.
This guy's beefy.
I'm getting low on mana. Bucky's getting low on mana.
I'll switch to the mana.
Who's not getting low on mana is Dread.
Alright, we're gonna...
Alright.
Nice.
Boom.
Alright, they're fighting a boss now. But I feel like I can make a very good review on the Bard so far. From everything that they've showcased, the different melodies that you can have going, that you can have like a huge AoE damage dump, and the Bard is the utility class. And everything they've showcased for like the last 2 hours has been nothing but good utility. The damage seems okay, like they're definitely a supporter class. I'm curious how well they would do like solo, but as somebody even said in the chat that they were like, I don't see anybody playing 250 hours of solo Bard. Like that honestly sounds torturous. But this is an MMO. You're not going to be playing alone. And everything that they've geared the Bard towards, you'll always get group invites, and their abilities make sense and they're actually useful. I think the Bard's in a really good place, and being able to watch like the actual gameplay, they've just like been going around questing over here. It's been very decently balanced, especially since all of these guys are like level 10, and all of the enemies are like 11 to 15. They also just showcased the elite system in this, which is super cool. Oh, look at that.
Some glint, some XP.
Very nice.
Look at that.
We did it.
But yeah, the Bard.
Yay. We actually succeeded. that was actually fun. That was crazy. I mean, the Bard.
But yeah, the Bard's in a really good place. I think the Alpha 2 is going to be in a really good place for when it actually releases at the end or sometime in October. But this is going to be the alpha that goes until release. So they're going to take their time. So, but this 6-man party is really cool. They're doing a really great job.
Brian, Trad.
Are they about to segue to their next part of the?
I know I speak for the community when I say it is looking good,
The
it's
stream?
feeling good, it's feeling good. I know there's a lot of people very excited to get into Alpha 2 and test with us. I want to thank you guys for joining us today. And obviously, we do these developer updates to get your guys' feedback, and of course, as you know, everything is a work in progress towards Alpha 2, but tell us your thoughts. What did you like that you saw today about the Bard? What are some of the things that you would want to see done differently?
Everybody's just sitting down. It's
You
pretty
don't
nice.
really know how you're going to enjoy the Bard until you play it in Alpha 2, but what you saw today, give us your thoughts. Do it on social media, do it on our forums, do it in Discord. This is why we do these updates, so that you can participate in providing feedback to us. Guys, once again, thank you for joining me, and very, very fun. Really enjoyed this. All right, we'll see you all back on stream. Bye. Bye.
This was pre-recorded, so it's very interesting that they said back on stream.
And we are back. We'll play
There it is.
video a little bit in the background, so you have something to watch. But we do want to touch on a couple things. as well as answer some questions that were kind of asked in the community in various spaces. So I'll toss it to you, Stephen, to first talk about those topics that you wanted to preemptively.
Absolutely. So, judging obviously by you guys' commentary as I'm watching with my old man glasses chat, loved the perspective
Stop
from
saying
the
you're
Bard.
old man. We're like the same age. So
I don't know about that. I'm like, but anyways, seeing a lot of people are liking the direction of the Bard gameplay in the class. 3 points want to comment on very quickly. With regards to lighting is actively, literally being updated and worked on right now. That work probably will not be in a good representative state until I would say the end of August, roughly. But you're getting a preview of what that looks like now with regards to the daytime light.
And it looks good.
With regards to interior lighting, with regards to eye adaptation, exposure settings. Like all of those things can kind of play nice or not nice with visual effects as well. So some of those exposure settings inside of the inside of buildings, inside of darker areas, are going to feel a little too
I
bright
thought the
to
lighting looked
dial
really
that in.
good
Those are all,
from where it
that's
is right
just
now.
tuning,
I think
right?
it
That's
can
tuning that
only
you do with the lighting.
improve
Guys,
now from here.
fantastic lighting team, a fantastic visual effects artist.
Oh yeah, the stained glass is really cool. I saw some people noting that.
Oh yeah,
It looks it's
super
cool
good.
way to bring in light.
Second point, with regards to sound effects. There were a few things I think
Everything
that were
is in
happening in this
process.
video recording. One was that the different perspectives had a different scalar setting on in-game sound effects. But second thing is that
That is true.
audio team is still working on sound layering and attenuation. So
Wearing
those
secrets.
are going to get refined better over the course of the next month as well. And you will see some significant improvements there. Obviously, we don't want that intensity of sound even in battle. It is something that they're very well aware of and is being addressed. The third thing with regards to the book, I know there's a lot of questions about, well, is the Bard a book class? The book is just one of many weapons. Any class can use any weapons, right? There's
Definitely
still some
not.
outstanding animation and animation work that needs to be done with the book, such as having it immediately
stand still.
when you're in
What?
an idle state versus
This guy's not
having
used to
it automatically
MMOs.
get equipped
If
to
that's
the
the
back
case.
or get equipped to a hip slot or something. That's something that's still being done. So those are just the 3 big things that I saw, Margaret. I know you were taking some notes and had some questions.
The wonderful community team and social folks have been adding stuff, so thank you to them. But the other thing that people wanted to ask questions about that were not related to the Bard stuff was the animations, like creatures in the background animating at low FPS. That's
absolutely.
I don't know if you want to touch on that.
Sure, absolutely, yeah.
Yeah.
So essentially, one of the ways that we address kind of client-side performance, right, when you're rendering all these things on your PC, one of the ways that we kind of help with that is we have a significance manager that essentially will throttle
not everything does have to do
NPC
DPS.
animations depending on how
They're
many
kind of right
NPCs
about that.
are on screen, depending on where those NPCs are in proximity to your client. And right now, we need to tune that manager a little bit more.
Okay. All right. So we're gonna probably end our stream here. That way I can get some time to work on editing some of this video, and additionally maybe putting together another video. Now that we actually have a release for the Bard, I think that's really cool. Or not a release for the Bard. We actually have a release time now for the Ashes of Creaiton 2 Alpha. So thanks for everybody who stopped by. Thanks for everybody who's still watching, and be sure to like this video. Definitely subscribe to the channel because there's going to be a lot more Ashes of Creaiton content. And there will be live streams for when the alpha releases. There will be fillers here and there, so be sure to keep watching.